till you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money, money in the bank. Coming with a dank, skrilling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with a rock like Pippin. Yeah. I'm okay.
We got Tyler here,
Looking in there.
the driver of Gravedigger.
That's right.
You know I'm rooting for him.
Yep.
We just talked with Cam Murphy. He's talking about he wants to beat you. He loves beating you. How do you react to that?
He hadn't beat me yet this year.
So what can the fans expect out of, first of all, your performance, then just Monster Jam in a whole?
My performance, I'm going to go crazy out here. I've never been to Detroit before, never been to Ford Field, so I want to lay my mark down tonight on the track for all these fans and make them, recognize my name when I come back in the future. But I'm just coming out and having fun tonight, and I'm gonna drive that truck as hard as I can.
He did, man. Welcome, everybody. Live, Woodward Heavyweights. I'm Spencer. He's Easy. Chris, Nick, Ryan, Alyssa, everybody in the building. Make sure you smash that like button. We appreciate you for being here. But that was a clip. Tyler Meninga, the driver of Gravedigger. He is, if you don't know, he's like the Patrick Mahomes of Monster Jam. Like, he is the young up-and-comer, but he's also done so much already that he's
I'm the rookie in
getting
the vet.
thrown into, GOAT conversations. And he went out there, he took care of business on the Monster Jam weekend. So much fun. Shout out to Jamie Valdez of Feld Entertainment for getting us in there, hooking us up with the press passes, escorting us around, getting us some great interviews with Camden Murphy of Classroom Crusher. We talked with El Toro Loco, Armando Castro. It was just very cool, and obviously the interview with Tyler, a lot of fun. It was a great event. I totally had a great time both days. Like, this is my first ever Monster Jam event, and I had a blast. It was one of the best events that I've been to. I can't wait to go back next year. A lot of fun. We got the vlog dropping on the Woodward Sports YouTube, 7 p.m. right after the heavyweights, so make sure you guys check it out. Go in there, watch it, give it a like. Me, Ryan, Chase, we were walking around filming a lot of good content. So make sure you guys go check that out right after heavyweights live on the Woodward Sports YouTube. So it was a lot of fun. Thanks to everybody that was a part of it, everybody who came. I hope you guys all had fun. I hope Bryson had fun.
Yeah.
It was very cool experience and a great event for Monster Jam they put on for Detroit. And everybody, if you didn't go this year, it was sold out. Both days were sold out. Just as many people for a Lions game that you see in Ford Field. So if you didn't go this year, make sure you get your tickets the next year when they come back, because they put on a show. It was a lot of fun.
No, that was dope. That's also like Bryson's first like downtown experience. And the moment we parked and we got out, there's a family speaking Spanish.
Yeah.
he looked at me. He's like, "Whoa, I've never been to this part of Clinton Township before." I was like, "It's downtown Detroit, bud." And no, it's dope having him out there. And he grew up loving monster trucks too, so I think it was a dope experience for him. He did get a little sleepy towards the end.
Yeah.
But I think
freestyles woke him up a little bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The freestyle was sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, he's trying to like too cool for a minute there too. Like I don't know what's up with this kid. He does it often.
Yeah.
He does it at school. He did it that time. Got to teach him like stop trying to like be cool. Just enjoy the moment.
Learning from his dad, trying to be too cool for everything.
I guess so. I'm just too fucking sweet. And you guys missed out.
Oh hell yeah!
We had all 7, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I knew it was lit when you showed up again the next day at 12.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause that's not a you thing.
No.
Yeah, I didn't think you were gonna come the second day.
I got very hammered the night before. Just out on the top. My friend had one of those tournaments that I went to right after Monster Jam on Saturday night. Yeah, woke up, showered, got right back downtown at noon.
Good time.
It was fun, man. It was a lot of fun. I'm excited.
Monster Jam's cool.
I'm going to go back next year.
I did not know. I mean, I knew it was big. I know they like tours. So I knew like people were going to have the one chance to go see them back-to-back days or whatever. But like I didn't know there was actual like competition. I thought it was a freestyle the whole entire time.
Yeah,
I didn't know there are races.
They got races, the skills
like
competition.
Yeah,
I was like, wait,
races.
Race wars.
Race wars.
No, they do head-to-head racing. They do the skills competition and then the freestyle.
And I think on TV, because we were watching on YouTube before we went, I think the racing was the coolest, but I didn't watch the entire thing through.
I like the racing.
In there, the freestyle part's also sick too.
Yeah, I mean, seeing them
probably freestyle racing than tricks.
Yeah, seeing him get 30 feet in the air and do backflips and stuff is definitely coolest. But I like the racing the best.
Doing
personally.
a backflip in a vehicle that big is insane.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
It's a lot of fun, man. It's very affordable too. Like it won't cost you $1,000 to take your whole family. So it's very fun.
You saw Kev there. Shout out to Kev.
Shout out.
He does the Pistons host. He hosts the in game for the Pistons. He was there with his son. Yeah, Kev knows. Yeah, good time. All around time. Good family event. Speaking of families, Steve Smith breaking them up. We tried explaining this to Spinny like 3 times over the weekend. So essentially what happened
Wasn't
was...
having it. 2 monster trucks on the mind.
Yeah, 2 monster trucks on the brain. So this guy went to Twitter. I should probably try to find that video, but it's a little... I'll try to find it. This guy went to Twitter. He tags the Ravens. He tags the Panthers. He tags Antonio Brown, Yeti coolers, for whatever reason, of these text messages of his wife talking to Steve Smith. And she's talking crazy. She's talking about, yo, you were so deep in it. I think you're rearranging my IUD.
Ooh.
Otherwise known as a IED or whatever you called it last time, Nick.
That was Chris, I think. Yeah.
She was talking like wild. She was like, I would have gagged on it, but I had to go home to my husband. Like, what the fuck?
They
They're
gotta
talking
go
crazy.
home. It's crazy.
Crazy. The guy posted the screenshots. He called Steve Smith from his phone. Was like, "How do you feel?" Like, just try to call him out for fucking his wife. All due respect to my man, I know he's going through it. You're mad at the wrong person.
Mad at the wrong person.
That man didn't make a commitment to you. Nope. You got to be mad at your wife, which I'm sure you're mad at her too.
Be mad at yourself.
Yeah, mad at yourself as well. But do you want to show the picture?
Yeah.
Of Shorty? I don't know how much of these we were allowed to put up on here, but Wood.
Wood,
you know?
for sure.
Like she's like mid-hot.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about mid-hot, I think all guys, if you've been around enough to, soak your wild oats, the mid-hots are the freaks.
Yep.
They do all the nasty stuff.
And too, the personality, too. The personality, because they're not just relying on, like...
The hotness?
The top tier, yeah.
That was...
this guy, dude.
Yeah.
What? You don't agree? Or no?
I mean, sure.
Talking about banging somebody's wife.
Banging wife.
And Chris goes, the personality, though.
Well, that's what we're all in it
He's just
for,
trying
right,
to score
boys?
points.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
I doubt Steve was the personality is what did it for him,
No.
I don't know.
I'm just making a general statement on that, too.
But, it took over the internet. He tagged Yeti coolers. He tagged a bunch of random, like,
Yeti
companies.
coolers is funny.
Yeah. Yeti coolers
Steve
like, what?
Maybe
Steve Smith's fucking this guy's wife?
Maybe he's got, like... I don't know. Maybe he's got like a deal with Yeti coolers.
That was the wildest tag.
But like, I mean, I don't know what everybody's freaking out about. Like, I mean, it sucks, but that shit happens every day, B.
Well, no one was freaking out. You got that from a different concept. You thought that was his wife the entire week until just now.
I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, some other guy's wife. They're freaking out because this guy's just like posting this shit about his wife getting
that's
dicked the fuck down.
That's not something I would
like
do.
He's posting it
I would
without
just
the
divorce
tape.
my wife.
Like the verbal version of Steve Smith's highlight tapes of him just fucking like wilding inside his wife. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
And then the best part, not the best part, but maybe the worst part for my man, we put the picture of Steve Smith. He bagged this woman with how do you work this thing photos. I don't know if I sent that Steve Smith one.
Yeah, it just came through. Let me get it.
You're good.
Hey, I mean,
1 second.
He's also got millions of dollars. That definitely helps. But like I said, dude, I mean, your wife gets banged, you don't run to Twitter and cry. You just divorce her. And were people like throwing shade on Steve Smith? Like
some people, but I feel like the people that were and no offense, I don't want to touch, bro. I swear every picture was kind of like, it was like, how do you work this thing type of photos that helped him bag this bitch. That's I think the worst part about it. They weren't even like sick pictures or like fucking like, it's just like he's like fucking like a grandpa on the selfie. And he's got an Android. But it is Steve Smith.
Steve Smith.
But it's funny, they were showing videos of him. I guess she worked the Ravens marching band or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Either beat, to the sound of that drum, whatever it is. But
it's been a while then.
There's a video of Steve Smith in his marching suit, just like strutting like crazy. You know how Steve Smith is.
Yeah.
And like now we know.
That's where
he was so down with the marching band.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, Nick. What was your reaction to that stuff?
She knew who he was, obviously. The pictures, like he had to do nothing to bag this chick at all.
Yeah.
That is how this one played out for sure. You don't go to the internet when you're the husband that just got cheated on. So bad luck for everybody here involved, honestly. Hate to see it go to public for this guy's sake.
That sucks for sure.
And he's the one that put it out there.
Yeah.
So not good
he
not
did it
good
to
for this
himself.
guy.
And Super Bowl Wilson says it is scummy to knowingly bone a married woman, for sure. But, like, it's not his fault. You can be mad at him, but you should.
Right.
Or if you're still married to your wife, you're stupid.
Yeah, you got to be fair, brother. Like the commitments between the man and the wife.
Yeah.
It's not you don't get married and say, yeah, and I make this commitment to Steve Smith not to fuck my wife.
You don't stub your toe and blame the wall.
Some people do.
Like-
I blame some things.
Yeah, you do for a second. Oh,
Goddamn
motherfucker,
Lego.
shit.
Yeah, whatever.
But, you and your toe kicked that wall.
I guess and I know why some people feel that way. They're probably sensitive to the fact that some people it's happened to. It's unfortunate. A hoe's gonna be a hoe. So, but you couldn't blame Tammy.
Oh, Steve Smith's married too. Is he?
Steve Smith is married. But here's the thing, though. We've watched Sopranos. We know rich
his
people.
wife does not care. I'm sure.
She knows what it is. You have a famous rich husband who travels the country as a job, an occupation. You know he's out there fucking people. Like,
Yeah.
it's just goumage. As you
Gumas.
said.
Yeah.
It's how it rolls. And this is like a real life scenario too. I know I mentioned Sopranos, but like I know plenty of rich people who travel tons, and their wife, they know what it is. It's just there's certain cutoff points.
He's
certain
a rich
commitments you gotta
guy.
make. I'm not a rich guy, but we know rich guys.
You know a rich guy.
Yeah.
We know
that's
the
your
same
rich
rich
guy.
Yeah.
Huh? I got a rich guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris has got a
Better than a
Like,
Pacers guy, that's for sure.
Better than
Better-
a Pacers
better than a
guy. for
Pacers
sure.
guy.
I'd
They're
much
not
rather
the
have a rich
same.
guy than a Pacers guy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've been in relationships too. There's like understanding, like, hey,
Yeah, I mean,
if it's there,
it is what it is.
taking it to the house,
Like with a celebrity or just open?
open.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's complicated.
Okay.
Essentially, yeah.
It always is.
I was like, hall pass type scenario. What are we doing?
Yeah, I had to get approval, but like I don't want to talk about. I don't know who's listening, but
All good, bro.
yeah, I'm not really blaming Steve Smith.
Nope.
No.
I can't.
Divorce your wife. You married a hoe. Sucks.
Pretty much.
Sucks to find that out.
Does
Are you
suck.
sure you didn't know though?
I mean, her comedy, like I would have gagged on it, but I had to go home. Like
That
it just translates. Yeah, I would have fucking went
Besides-
crazy on the thing. But I go home to my lame ass husband.
The signs had to be there.
Oh, that hurts, man.
Yeah, it sucks for him, but
I guess they met on Tinder, by the way. Not Steve Smith and the girl with the
yeah,
husband. So don't maybe watch out.
that's why I don't use those apps.
Wait a little longer before you.
That's how you
propose
get your
to someone
organs
off of
harvested, or you marry hoes. Apparently,
Tinder. She has
Only
a
two
fine
options.
foundation, says John F. and Lord.
very sturdy.
Very sturdy. We know what it is. The mid hots they're freaks.
Yep.
They do all the nasty stuff. So you keep it. Shift God OTC.
You don't marry
Keep her on a leash.
I mean, I'm letting go of that leash.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm breaking that leash.
Was Shift God the one at the?
No.
No. Okay.
He might have been. I don't know. He didn't tell me his name in the chat.
That's cool. When we
I
get
think
back,
it was Juice. It might have been Juice.
Juice's Ghost.
I'm not sure.
Shout out. Just message him so we give him a shout out.
Yeah.
Either way, let me tell you guys, Mark White. If your wife has been caught banging a famous NFL player and you'd like to get out of town, sell the home. Visit my guy Mark White at markwhitesells.com or give him a call at 248-290-8242. That's markwhitesells.com or give him a call at 248-290-8242.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner? Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursdays during Amani and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts, Dr. Jeff Pierce, here to keep you in the game, performing at your best. For more information, visit him at michigansportsandspine.com or call him at 248-426-9944.
What up, though? Welcome back to World of Weights live on WoodwardSports.com. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. I'm Easy Door by Smo Rex, Young Chris, Crash Out Koloff. And as the name states, my man, be crashing out sometimes. A couple overreactions, if you will. And so we're starting a new segment today where he's going to give us some statements and reactions from last week, or from over the weekend, I should say. And we're going to say if it's an overreaction or fair. You ready, Spinny?
Yeah, I'm ready.
With our whiteboards, let's not get canceled.
Michigan State is the best team in the country.
I was thinking about sliding one in there. I didn't know if we were going to get to it in the intro.
Do what you got to do. Let them rip.
Yeah, do them
all right, fellas, we are starting this one off strong with a hell of a performance last night and this weekend. Cade Cunningham is a top 10 player in the NBA.
Ooh.
Overreaction.
Oh, this
man, I had to write it on a list.
marker's broken. Chris, can you throw me that one?
I got
you
you.
need
One sec. Go to easy.
All right.
I am going to say, off the top of my head,
I need to.
oh, you can't really see that one. Yes, is what I wrote though. I'd have to sit down and I'd have to make a list and see it in front of me. But there's certain guys that I think once we're in that conversation that I am taking out. Guys like Joel Embiid, I'm sure was in that conversation. I'm no longer putting in the top 10. You can't really rely on him to be available. He chokes every single time when he gets his opportunities in the playoffs. But I think Cade Cunningham is, we'll go 10th, 9th or 10th. I have no problem with him being 9th or 10th best player in the NBA.
No, this is not an overreaction. Cade Cunningham is a top 10 player in the NBA. Cade Cunningham is going to be first team All-NBA.
Oh!
Cade Cunningham is the best point guard in the NBA.
Oh!
If you gave him Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's whistle, he would average 35 a game. So maybe that's an overreaction, but no, it's not an overreaction to say Cade Cunningham is a top 10 NBA player. He's the best point guard in the league.
It's funny because I put yes as in like, yeah, I think he is. You put no as like, no, it's not an overreaction. I failed the game, by the way. You got it correct.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Chris, is this an overreaction?
No, it's not, because he is playing at this level. No, this is not an overreaction because he is playing at that caliber. You put him in the ilk of Brunson's and those borderline top 10 players who are playing well, and look at what Cade has as opposed to Jalen Brunson right now. Jalen Brunson has another person who will be stealing MVP candidate votes in Karl Anthony Towns. Like, Cade does not have that here, and yet he is still making it work. He lost his second best player and has still leveled up. I think everything about this season screams that Cade Cunningham individually is a top 10 player, because you put him on any team, I don't see a situation where a team doesn't get better. It's probably very, very few options. So give me him number 10. I think he's one of the best two-way players in the NBA.
You want to hear an overreaction? If I'm starting my team today, I'm taking Cade Cunningham over Luka, over SGA, and over Anthony Edwards. Give me Cade Cunningham. He's one of the best foundational pieces in the league.
That's crazy.
So can I quickly, just for context, can I throw out just a couple names that you guys say these are like the borderline top 10 guys?
Okay.
All right. Steph Curry, KD, Anthony Davis, Jalen Brunson, Anthony Edwards.
Let's go one by one.
All right.
He's better than Bronson and Ant for sure.
Yep.
Steph has the legacy.
Better than Steph this year.
Yep.
Steph's getting old.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree there.
I would rather have Cade than KD right now, right here. KD's getting old.
And by the way, he's been not great. Their teams aren't really ever doing well.
No.
I don't think he's been a
And you're
conference
taking him
championship
over
in
Anthony
a while.
Davis, too.
And he's had super teams around him. I heard Anthony Davis' name in there too.
Yep.
Before Anthony Davis played alongside LeBron James, never did a single fucking thing other than put up points. Let's be real about it. I mean, rebounds as well too. But the stats. That's what he was. Cade's winning games right now. Going to make the playoffs. There's not a single other superstar on that team right now.
It's leadership. It's efficiency. It's defense. It's 3-point shooting. 7 for 10 last night. Outdueled Trae Young. It is his assist to turnover ratio is getting higher and higher by the minute. He's still not getting fucking calls.
Yeah.
You give him a superstar whistle, he is winning MVP of the NBA.
Joker,
if you give him
Giannis,
a superstar whistle.
Shea.
So
those are only a few guys I would consider taking over.
that was 7 through 12 on this list. The 6 names ahead of it, I don't think we'd argue, which were Wemby, Jokic, SGA, Giannis, Luka, in no particular order.
I'm taking him over Luka right now.
Yeah.
All right,
and
fellas.
Tatum.
Speaking of, you guys want to keep going?
No, I'm good. What was your reaction to it?
Hell yeah, he's a top 10 player. I mean, I'm all in on Caden. This goes into this question right here, fellas, or this statement. The Detroit Pistons will win a playoff series.
Ooh.
Is this an overreaction?
No, it's not an overreaction. The Detroit Pistons are just as likely to win a playoff series as any other team in the Eastern Conference, not named Boston or Milwaukee. They can go out there and they can beat any of these guys on their best night if they play their best basketball. They have a top 5 player in the league. They have the best shooter in the league. They have 2 fantastic bigs that are playing the lights out right now with Jalen Duren and Isaiah Stewart. Isaiah Stewart, keep your Wemby, keep your Gobert. He is the best rim defender in the league. You get into the paint, you see Isaiah Stewart in there, you turn around. Jalen Duren is playing at an all-star level. Oscar Thompson, the Swiss Army knife, is anything you need on any given night, and Tobias Harris has stepped his game up a lot since Jaden Ivey went out. Also, getting Dennis Schroeder at the trade deadline, giving you a veteran guard, finally a veteran guard on this team to help Cade Cunningham out when he's getting double and triple teamed in the second half of games. You have Dennis Schroeder out there to organize the offense and make some plays for himself and others. The Pistons have just as good of a chance to win a playoff series as anybody else in the East, not named Milwaukee and not named Boston.
Yes, overreaction. You have yet to see this in action. I've seen this team against the perfect scenario, actually, the Pacers. You know, they get in their guys. I see just yesterday even too. My man Ron Holland getting the tee. Isaiah Stewart getting the tee. Those are things that will cost you a playoff series. I want to see them go out there, hold their heads, and stay focused the entire way through to commit to a playoff series. I think we'll find that out this year. I think get a step closer this year. But I think as of now, it's overreaction. We have to see it in action.
I forgot Cleveland, not Milwaukee, meant Cleveland.
Yeah, that's another team too.
Cleveland and Boston. We could beat Milwaukee. We could beat New York. Cleveland and Boston are the only 2 teams that I would put above.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I'm going with yes. I think it's an overreaction.
Oh,
I think as much
Chris.
as I love this team and what they're doing this year, I think that somebody like me that's not as smart as a professional NBA player or coach, watching Tobias Harris with the ball, knowing he's going to drive right and pull up here, the tendencies, a lot of this team is predictable, is one-dimensional so far, and that is not Cade Cunningham's fault. That is because of the roster and where it's at. These players have not developed efficient bags enough. I think you're going to see that haunt this team in the postseason. I think you see guys like Tim Hardaway Jr. that were great during the regular season struggle in the playoffs typically because those 3-point shooters, you can kind of game plan against them. You really can, unless they're shooting lights out like Malik Beasley. That's one I expect to maintain. But a few of these rotation players, I just don't see them maintaining the same support that Cade Cunningham needs for the playoffs and the ability to game plan against Cade for a whole series instead of just coming into a game against him. I think is a big difference. That's no knock to them. It's just where they're at in their development curve.
Yeah, like I said, I meant Cleveland, not Milwaukee, when I was saying the 2 teams in the East that are better than the Pistons right now.
I would still put Milwaukee over there. The only teams
Boston,
I would be confident going to a series against, that currently the top seeded 8 team, the Knicks, just because we kind of had our way with them.
Indiana.
Who's 8 seed right now? Miami.
Magic is up there.
So confident, I would say Knicks and Miami. I feel like the Magic kind of got us in a few, especially when Paulo's back out there and healthy.
Fellas, hop on the board here.
No, they
6
can be-
wins straight. What are we doing here? This is not an overreaction. The Pistons are winning a goddamn playoff series. If it's against the Indiana Pacers or the New York Knicks, I'm still worried about Giannis in a 7-game series being hard to stop because I've seen it since he's been in the league against this Piston team. We have not found a way to stop him. That's the one I'm scared of the most. But
We haven't beat the Pacers once this year.
I'm not worried at all. We have the best player on the court in that series. That's why I think we win that series, because we have the best player on that court.
Can't say that. That's
I'm
crazy.
saying it, and that's true because
agree.
I'm saying it.
No, that's
The Pacers don't have a player
It's just
better than
depth.
Kid Cunningham. You have the best player on the court. That is
No, it's a fact. He'd be the best player on the court. I just can't. I cannot guarantee a victory over them. We haven't beat them once at all this year.
Everything will
We
fall
beat
into
them
place.
once. Didn't we beat them once?
No, I think we're 0 for 3.
We've lost every single game. 0 for 4. Or
0 for 4? All right. Let's keep it rolling.
go.
Fellas, the Red Wings have a problem closing games, and it'll cost them making the playoffs. Is this an overreaction?
Yes, I think it is an overreaction simply because these are back-to-back games coming off of a break. I think you catch yourself in a little bit of a lull. Obviously, in the weird situations too. Like there was a knuckle puck that went in yesterday that kind of helped that situation go down. The Wild are actually a solid team. The Ducks aren't. That definitely should not have happened against the Ducks. I definitely think the referees were letting some things fly in that one too. The Ducks were a little overly aggressive. Not a fan of Zegras at all. I think he's an absolute douchebag.
He's a bitch.
But I do think it's a little bit of a overreaction. Yeah, I don't think the cost of the Red Wings is just, a little bit of a lull coming out of a break. Back-to-back games.
Yes, that is definitely an overreaction. It was a couple ugly goals that got put in. Like Easy said, the refs weren't letting anything, or they weren't calling anything against the Ducks. The Red Wings should have had plenty of opportunities to have the man advantage against the Ducks, and they didn't. The Ducks are playing better than they were at the beginning of the year. Like, they got the overtime win in Boston. They took us to overtime eventually, but no, that is still a team you should have beaten regulation. But no, it's not going to be a trend. That's just, it was 2 games, and you had a couple ugly goals get in, and like Patrick Kane could have just thrown one. He had the puck in the offensive zone against an empty net, and he didn't put it in against Anaheim, and that led to them scoring to tie it up. So it would have been over in that fact, but no.
Real quick, if I may, the
think that's an
Pistons did beat the Pacers once, so 3-1 against the Pacers in the season.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we beat them in Indiana.
All right, what's next, Nick? Or do you think it was an overreaction?
Man, I'm in the middle for this one because this happened against the Wild, who have 2 of their top 5 players out, and the Ducks, who you really shouldn't be messing around with. I do get it was a back-to-back, but it was also a back-to-back for them as well. They have been hot recently, but the thing that scares me is they have 7 games versus the top teams in the East remaining. Those teams don't lose that game.
Yeah.
The Red Wings are going to lose that game if it's against those teams. That's what does scare me moving forward. So they definitely have to clean it up. Is this an overreaction? Yeah, I think it's an overreaction. Let's see how they line up once they get their groove after the break. But the Red Wings need to trade for a top 2 to 3 line center, a second line center or a third line center before the trade deadline ends.
I'm going to say no. I think last night, or the breaking news from today, Andrew Kopp, they took his name off of his locker room.
Put him
locker.
on IR.
Yeah, I don't know. You're taking the nameplate off. That's obviously a serious amount of time he's probably going to be missing here. I'm assuming it's going to lead into the playoffs. I think, you need to call up another center. Or obviously a trade would be the fan perspective, like what we want. I'm sure they call somebody up or they just move over Casper. But I, as a fan, would like to make a trade. It's not probably really going to happen. We know how Steve operates. He doesn't believe this team is ready. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they stay put. But I do believe if you want to win a playoff series or get a little dirty with it, then let's go get another center, yeah.
Yes, I do believe this is an overreaction. I don't think they're going to make any trades at the deadline to give up pieces that they're expecting. Like you're going to get ASP, you're going to get Danielson, and you're going to get Kosa on this team next year. They're a huge part of the foundation of what they want to do. I don't know if maybe they go after Cousins, but you look at a guy like Comfort, he was going to be involved in some of those trades to use the cap to work. So, I think it's an overreaction to say they need to trade for a guy in a season that they might not even make the playoffs in.
Chuck Brewer, so they called up a guy this afternoon. Do you guys know who that was?
Never heard of the guy.
Yeah, I haven't either.
All right, fellas. I'm going to say this is an overreaction because similar to something that I said last year, they need to call up their top prospect in Simon Edvinsson to help this defense out. When Simon Edvinsson was called up last year, this team went on a hot run. They went 7-4-3. They did lose a couple of those big games to the Capitals that ended up biting them in the ass. But Simon Edvinsson was a big addition to this team from within their, system. And I believe Nate Danielson potentially, if they want to get bold, can help this team out in a playoff push. He has the talent to do so, kind of the same way Simon Edvinsson did last year. So I believe, no, they will not make a trade that will cost them future picks, but they could call up Simon Edvinsson from within. Speaking of a young guy making a difference here, fellas, they didn't go big and sign Bregman. Jace Young, 2 doubles on his first 2 at-bats, ripping them to right field yesterday. Jace Young will play 135-plus games this season, mostly at third base.
Yeah, that's an overreaction. They're going to platoon third base.
Yep, I wrote yes as well for the same reasons. That's why we're all kind of freaking about third base right now. We know what's going to be. It's going to be a platoon. Yes, overreaction.
I think Jung was a top 60 prospect, so I do not believe this is an overreaction. I think that he had a wrist injury, and you saw his power just get completely diminished last year because of said injury. He was proven that he can take walks and get on base that way, and I think that's going to be big for this team moving forward. Even if the strikeouts are there, I think the walks will be there as well. I think Jace Young will prove to be an everyday third baseman this season if given the opportunity. But AJ does love to platoon. Might get pulled for lefties. That 135 game mark might be tough, but I say he runs away with this one. All right, last one here, fellas. Dylan Dingler will end up with more games started than Rake the Mustache Rogers. He had a monster home run yesterday, and he's gotten better at every level that he's been on.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an overreaction.
Rake Rogers, the fucking man. He's a legend. He's the reason why this man to my right is rocking a beautiful fucking mustache over there.
It's true.
Rogers, I think you have to take into factor with his catcher's position specifically, him calling the pitches, him calling the game. And I just don't know if Dylan Dingler is ready to call that many games for the Detroit Tigers, especially with some sort of playoff expectation.
Yeah, this is an overreaction for sure. Rake Rogers he's your starting catcher. Obviously, he's going to catch every single scoop will start all year. AJ Hinch loves the way he works the staff, loves the way he works the strike zone.
Work that shit.
He's your starting catcher. Dingler will be nice. He'll be a nice backup, but Jake Rogers is the starter.
Yeah, Rogers is the starter for sure, but I think this is going to end up by the end of the season being closer to a split than people think. I think Dingler was a more athletic prospect coming out, and I think he's gotten better at every single level. And it does take him a while to get there, but once he does, he starts to rake. Not like Rake Rogers, but yeah, this is going to be closer to maybe like 160, I could see. Closer to maybe like every once a week for Dylan Dingler. So, but yeah, I think the Scooble starts definitely make Jake Rogers more valuable. That was Overreaction Monday.
Chat says you look like a UFC fighter.
You do, kind of.
Overreaction?
Or a boxer.
What's the guy's name that kicked the Russian dude?
Bryce Mitchell, that's who you want to be.
No.
Bryce Mitchell.
No.
Like,
You don't want to be Bryce Mitchell.
no, what is,
Bryce Mitchell was the guy
who's
that
Hitler. Who's the dude that fucked up Connor?
Oh, Dustin Poirier.
Dustin Poirier, yeah.
He used to rock
you would want to be Dustin Poirier. He's the man.
Do you guys know why they rock that haircut?
So they can't get their hair.
When your hair is like short and fine like that, it's pokey and annoying.
Yeah.
And makes people less likely to like grapple and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Strategic.
I was thinking more of the best of all time, the greatest of all time, but
Khabib?
yeah, Khabib. That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah,
so.
it's a little longer.
He's not the GOAT.
He's the GOAT. The natty GOAT.
No,
Shout out!
He's not even the natty.
Overreactions.
Damn.
There's
Detroit
four
weekend.
guys who are better than him.
I don't know about that, bud.
Anderson Silva,
Definitely
GSP,
disagreement.
DC,
if you consider
and Mighty Mouse.
steroid tests, which I do, he'd be the natty GOAT.
So Anderson Silva, GSP,
Anderson Silva, Pop
DC, and Mighty Mouse are
I
all
put
not
him
natty.
over. DC's the only one I put in contention.
Why wouldn't you put Mighty Mouse in contention? He had a much longer and
I don't think Mighty Mouse
elite
fought as many
title run.
elite caliber fighters. Same for GSP legend, by the way, too, and he would be on the Natty Goat list. But
Khabib's only fought two elite
He fought in the
fighters.
era where Khabib also dominated every single buddy he fought.
Yeah.
The only guy to survive around him was the guy he toyed with, and that was for the title against Alec Quinta.
What? Just keep it going?
What?
No, we'll go to break.
Let's go to break.
Tell us about merch.
All right, let me tell you about merch. The best place to get Detroit sports merch is right here at Woodward Sports. Hoodies, tees, hats, all that, all teams guaranteed to turn heads. Head on over to woodwardsports.com and get some brand new merch.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive's been driven to provide a fast, convenient, first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you. And catch Woodward Sports Network live for Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
What up, though, and welcome back to World of Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Joe by Smorax, Young
What up,
Chris,
though?
Nicholas Koloff, Trevor Zegras for the Anaheim Ducks suspended 3 games and fined, was it $1,500?
Yeah, per Max Boltman, I saw him put out there. Shout out to him, one of the goats of Red Wings beat writers.
Shout out.
But Trevor Zegras suspended 3 games.
Had a
Good.
high hit and Rasmussen.
Good. It was late. It was his elbow right to Rasmussen's jaw. Just a dirty bitch move from a dirty bitch player.
Yep.
And he got 3 games. It should have been 6. That is just being an absolute pussy. He knows he can't body Rasmussen straight up or legally, so he hits him late and he puts his elbow right into his jaw, stuck the chicken wing out there. Just a little bitch move. I saw Sherratt get his get back. Love that.
Did he hit someone else too, an accident?
Yeah,
Or you thought it was him?
for sure.
Yeah.
Love to see Albert Johansson stepping up for Lucas Raymond in that game as well. They were throwing some cheap shots. Nothing like Zegras like suspension worthy, but like they were, cross checking Raymond a little bit, and Johansson went over there and he put some paws on people. So
Yeah.
I like to see the Red Wings standing up for their guys. But yeah, Trevor Zegras is just a bitch, flat out. That is a bitch move, and I'm glad he's suspended. It should have been 6 games, but at least he got 3.
Yeah, it was a fun little race to watch for the Calder Trophy, his rookie year and Mo's rookie year. And so, like, that's how I was introduced to Trevor Zegras, because I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, well, who's better right now? He's just a fucking punk pussy who didn't end up being what he was supposed to be when drafted. So he's kind of an all-around bitch.
He peaked his
and
rookie
I definitely
season.
hate him. Definitely peaked his rookie season.
Peaked his rookie season, and he's mad that the Red Wings had 2 prospects better than him in that Rookie of the Year race. Like, both Raymond and Sider were better than are better than Trevor Zegras.
It's the shit punk ass dirty play.
Yep, yeah.
The puck was gone. He
pussy
wasn't
shit.
looking. It was blindsided.
And he stuck his elbow
And there
out
was
right
no
into
call.
his jaw. No, and that's just the refs.
Only 4 power plays in a dirty ass game like that, or chippy ass game, I guess.
And that's what the Red Wings. That's what the referees get.
Yep.
They don't, like Mickey said it on the broadcast. A lot of shit happened after that as a result of them not calling that. As a result of them not kicking Zegras out of the game, which he should have been.
They had the police themselves at that point.
You had Ben Sherratt go over there and cross-check somebody in the back of the head. Like, that's what's going to fucking happen if you see some dirty shit like that happen in the middle of the fucking ice with a guy who just had the puck, so it's not like nobody was looking at him, and you don't call it, people are going to get fucked up. And that's on you, referees. You need to be better. Shout out to Mickey for calling that out. The GOAT, Mickey Redmond.
Shout out. The Dole Spoon, easy used to love Zegras. No, he was just one of 5 other hockey players I knew that weren't on the Red Wings at the time.
Shout out Gun Guy. Take your pants off. Nick?
I think the biggest thing with this hit is that it puts Rasmussen out, and you saw it clearly in that game. They were going after Raymond. They were going after Larkin. We need Rasmussen on this hockey team if we want to go where we want to go, which is the playoffs. We will get bodied. We need his size and his strength out there to intimidate other players from not doing this. This sucks. I mean, you guys remember a couple years ago when Ras went out, this team went to shit.
Yeah.
Rasmussen is a lot more than just the points that he puts on the ice. He is the body that this team needs desperately. Soderblom's not there yet. He has the size, but he doesn't have the strength yet.
It's not so much anymore that he's like the only one, because Ben Sherratt is an enforcer on this team. Albert Johansson stepping into that role, even as not a big guy, he's throwing himself around there. Edvindson and Sider, they make people scared on the ice. So, but Rasmussen as a forward is somebody you need. I love to see Marco Kasper stepping into that role a little bit as well, because he is a big boy in the middle too. So to see him throwing his body around and putting some people that were going after Larkin and Raymond in check, I love to see that. But yeah, Zegras is just fucking pussy, dude. That shit pissed me off so much.
Well, that's what I was talking about, bringing up Mazur so Casper can move to center.
Yeah.
Because now you lost Cop too. But obviously, did anybody look up the kid they called up?
I saw a couple comments. Grand Rapids.
Yeah, I saw that.
Points.
We have to check it out. I'm obviously not as well versed on the Grand Rapids team other than the guys that we drafted. But yeah, it is unfortunate because we, as a fucking everybody at Woodward Sports Network, have been trying to find a game to go to. We talked about a little bit Friday if you guys watched. That's winnable. We want to be able to enjoy ourselves at the hockey game. The Red Wings have the toughest schedule. I'm sure you guys heard this a million times. The toughest schedule in the second half out of every single other team. So, like, we are up against it to make this playoff push, and it doesn't help that we're losing guys like Rasmussen and obviously Kopp too.
7 games against the top 4 teams in the East. That's
not
East.
Fun.
You're going to have to take care of business.
Yeah,
You're going to need better goaltending than what they've got the past 2 games.
Yeah, especially if you got to play OV that many times, the way he's scoring goals right now.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Let's go to break. We'll come back. We'll talk about some Pistons.
Real quick, there's a road stretch where the Hurricanes, Capitals, Vegas, Utah, the Avalanche, and then we come home against the Senators.
Yep.
That's an insane road stretch.
Tough sketch, man. Tough stretch. They got a lot of games that they're going to have to win. It's an uphill battle to get in the playoffs. The NHL is not as easy to get in the playoffs as it is in the NBA, so we'll see what happens. But, like I said, we're going to go to break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk some Pistons. But first, let me tell you about Lady Jane's. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Get a hot lather, neck shave, a scalp massage, or a hot towel treatment from one of our lovely, talented stylists. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. It's wicked awesome.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Planet Fitness, the home of the judgment-free zone where everybody can get a full-body workout in 30 minutes. All memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $15 a month or upgrade to the Black Card. You get some amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Join in Club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Nick, can you confirm? Did we sign back Andrew Chafin?
We did. The Tigers have officially signed left-handed pitcher Andrew Chafin to a minor league contract. He will join the Major League spring training as a non-roster invitee, per Tigers PR.
He's gonna make it, right?
Yeah. He kind of struggled last year, but Chris Fetter knows how to use him.
We're talking some Pistons too. What you made a.
Yeah, I mean, it's a extremely crowded room to make right now, our pitching. Like,
Yeah,
that
fair.
is the most crowded place in the world right now. But Spenny made a great point. Chris Fetter knows how to use them. He had a 3.16 ERA with the Tigers and a 4.19 with the Texas Rangers.
Yep.
The guy we traded, or we got back from
Got him
for
back.
Chafin, Chase something I heard on a podcast today. He might make the team. He's like the most...
Wow.
Yeah, coming out of camp, he's got
What's
like
he
a
play?
weird arm slot pitcher, like as like a bullpen guy. So what if you had Chafin and the guy you traded him for,
Yeah.
along with Flarity and
the guys
you
you
traded
traded
him
him
for?
for, yeah.
Wild moves by
Dirty.
Scott Harris
Dirty
playing
move
chess,
by
not
Scott Harris.
checkers.
Shout out.
We're moneyballing it so hard.
We are.
it's very impressive. While during commercial, Chris was talking about we need like a little Pistons, a little mini commercial in there. And Spinny talked about the old one we had with Kelly Olynyk hitting the game winner.
Yeah.
Was that against
Classic
Charlotte?
shit.
I think.
Yep.
Dude, how crazy? How far have we come?
Come a
Kelly
long way.
Olynyk being a key piece, shooting game-winning shots.
The Pistons officially have as many wins this year as they have in the past 2 years combined. At 31, they are officially 4 victories away from me cashing about $700.
Shout out.
So shout out to that. Should have got in on that Pistons plus 35 wins earlier rather than later. But it's just so fun to watch this team play basketball right now, man. You saw it last night. Cade Cunningham went out there, had a duel with Trae Young. And just we talk about it being an ethical, efficient point guard, an ethical, efficient superstar in this league, going out there, dropping 38, 7 to 10 from 3, 4 stocks. He had, 12 assists, like 7 rebounds. The guy was doing everything. And then in the second half, when they're taking the ball out of his hands because they're triple and double teaming him, you had guys like Malik Beasley and Dennis Schroeder stepping up. Dennis Schroeder, a key acquisition at the trade deadline for events like this, for moments like this, when Cade Cunningham is going off for 25 points in the first half, and teams are like, okay, maybe we should send 2-3 guys at him, because even though the best wing defender in the NBA is on him in Dyson Daniels, he's still cooking us for 25 in the first half. So they start sending 2. He gets the ball into the hands of another point guard, another ball handler, another shot creator on the team, and more importantly, a veteran guard who has been in those situations, knows what to do, knows when to get his own bucket or when to set up others. Schroeder had like 16 points. We saw Malik Beasley obviously with 20-something points. These guys are playing lights out right now, and they're dialed in on both sides of the floor. I know the 140 giving up 140 points, not their best defensive night, but this just shows that they can win games in multiple ways. They can win games where they're holding teams to under 100 points. They can win games where they got to put up 150 in regulation, and they went out there and they did it, raining down threes, multiple guys hitting 5+ threes in this game for the Pistons. So it was just a great performance. I had a lot of fun watching it, and they tried to give it away there at the end, but they overcame, and they made the right plays when they had to win the game in regulation.
We 100% need this drop in the system if you know how to do it, Nick. Cade Cunningham, don't touch me right now. I'm sizzling.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sizzling. And he
Dude,
was. 29 points in the first half. You guys texted the group because we were watching. We got back from Monster Jam. Obviously, Rubbing's around going too. And we asked you, what's the update with the Pistons? And literally both of you guys said he's on pace for 50. What you was until they sent the entire team after him in the second half. Cade Cunningham was on one. Was it 7 of 10 from threes?
Yeah, 7 of 10 from 3.
You think him preparing for that 3-point contest? I looked up 60% in the last 2 games. I know it's just 2-game stretch post All-Star break, but that's crazy.
It's just the confidence, and it's what teams are giving him. Like I said, he is an ethical. He is a very entertaining player, but he gets his hoops the right way, and like we
plays
see
the game the right
teams are
way.
giving him the 3 because they're so scared of him getting down in the paint on these smaller guards and making better decisions.
He's pulling up off the dribble,
They're
too.
playing off of him a little bit, and he is pulling up off the dribble and knocking down. We saw him hit one from Steph Curry range in that game against the Hawks. He has been shooting so well off the dribble this year. That also factors into his legs being healthy. Fully getting those legs under him in these jump shots, you can see the difference. And Cade is, like I said, best guard in the Eastern Conference. He is a top 5 player in the NBA right now, dude. He's playing off his fucking mind.
those logo threes, like, just I was glucking. I was like,
everybody should be glucking.
As Sean says, like, my pants were off or whatever he was saying. I sent these 2 drops to JB. The second one is JB Bakerstaff saying he was kicking ass.
He was, man.
Yeah. So Chris, what were your thoughts on it?
I mean, look, this is the second best team in the NBA in terms of win streak right now. Second best win streak in the NBA, and Cade Cunningham is absolutely doing it. And the thing about Cade that was so special was that second half, he did not try to force it. And that's a hard thing to do when you are a player in the zone and you feel like every time you are touching the ball, it is going through the net. It is hard to pass up shots. Like,
there was a few,
but he was always making the right plays. And shout out to Jalen Duren, too, who was making the right reads. He was the outlet pass the first couple plays of the second half, and then they moved the ball, and that quickly kind of established and kept this offense at a rhythm. It did lose its rhythm periodically throughout the second half, but this team is playing like a complete team. Cade Cunningham is a superstar, but everybody else knows their roles, and he knows how to put them in positions when he is taken out of the game. So that is why you can be very confident that this team will rack up these season wins, and why they're over-under at 42.5 is light. You got to smash the over on it. This is a team that is going to win and continue to win. They are without Norman Powell and Kawhi Leonard, the Clippers, tonight, and they have lost 6 of their last 7 games when Norman Powell doesn't play. You combine that with the fact they are also missing Kawhi. This should be a game that the Pistons should take care of business and extend this winning streak to 7, the longest in over a decade. So
the coolest thing for me last night was the fact that they did let it go, and obviously that's unfortunate. But you saw him on the road, despite like a team like that too, because Trae Young's obviously no hoe. We saw him hit the game winner against us the last time they were out. On the road, them catch back up, we hold our composure, still hold things down, and come away with the win. And I know, obviously, the defense, when you're scoring the 140s, is not a great game defensively, but I think the opportunistic moments that Cade Cunningham have, as much as we deride him for the offensive, he had 3 blocks last night.
Yeah, 4 stars.
And not even all of them came away from him just being the bigger guard. Some were just smart basketball plays by him. And then shout out to Dennis Schroeder, by the way, too, for just this stretch. But his best game as a Detroit Piston, by the way, too.
For sure.
17 points, 7 assists. Phenomenal. And his shot at the very end of the game, too. And one against his former team. Sick. Even hit my man.
That air ball
Shimmy.
3, though. We going to forget about that.
We had a couple nasty
forget
threes.
about that one.
We'll forget about that.
He had 3
for sure.
nasty threes from the exact same
Malik
spot. Yeah, she hit Meek Weezy in the corner. That one was sick, too. But just the usage for Cade going down as we're heading into the playoffs, I think is huge. Will be huge for him.
Yeah, and like this Pistons team can beat anybody at any given night because more than likely, more often than not, they're going to have the best player on the court any given night. You've got a team that is bought in and playing hard defensively every single possession. You've got veteran leadership now. That obviously was a point for our guy Trajan Langdon to go out there and get veteran leadership on this team with Tobias Harris, Malik Beasley, Tim Hardaway Jr., and now Dennis Schroeder. There are 4 very concrete, very good veterans that are attributing to wins.
Competent basketball players.
Yes.
For
2 ways.
fucking once, dude.
Dennis Schroeder is a damn good defender, too. Very underrated part of his game.
And 2, you got to think of another thing that, bolds against them in the playoffs but works right now in the regular season is they are great at getting those easy garbage points, right? Like they are great at getting those leak outs when and in the playoffs that slows down and becomes more half court, but they are so good at getting a rebound and going. They were playing at a frenetic pace last night.
Asar Thompson started the game off
it was
like
awesome.
4 dunks in a row.
And I feel like he did that against San Antonio too. Like this is just what this team is. Like, and the chemistry between Duren and Asar that I've talked about too is great. It's just coming together. Well, Nick, where are you at with it?
I'm not going to overreact to Atlanta putting up that many points either. It's because the way they started out the game was Duren getting 2 early fouls. I thought that was bullshit. Asar, literally 4 fouls before half.
Yep.
I thought the refs were calling such a cheap BS game.
That's what's killing the game,
early
man, I'm telling
in this game. It was so infuriating to watch. And obviously, Asar is one of the best perimeter defenders in the league, and I think Duren's really taken a step up too. Yeah. And especially when it comes to second chance points for the other team, I just thought they got to the line way too much in the first half there. That goes into a lot of the points. And I wouldn't overreact about the defense, basically.
Because that got out against the Spurs, too. And that's the one thing that's kind of unfortunate because I do want to talk about the defense somewhat because Cade had his move. And then just Stu, man. I know we talked about it multiple times, but just moving him back to center has been huge for this defense.
He's the best rim defender in the NBA. Literally, there is nobody that is harder to make a bucket on than Isaiah Stewart in the league.
Defenders average 15% less expected field goal percentage when Stu's guarding them.
Like Wemby, Rudy Gobert, it's easier to score at the rim on Victor Wembanyama and Rudy Gobert than it is Isaiah Stewart. And this team is awesome. I said it on Twitter or X, and I said it on Big D Energy today that, like, I couldn't imagine waking up every day and forcing myself to be a Trae Young fan. With the way he plays basketball, with the just pussiness and attitude that he has, and the foul baiting that he does, it is ugly to watch. I thank the Lord that my superstar in Detroit is named Cade Cunningham, and he is efficient, he's ethical, and he doesn't bitch to refs when he only gets three foul shot attempts in a game where he's going for almost 40 points. Like, NBA, do right by that man, because he is going to get you fans back that you lost.
Crazy. 38 with only 3 free throws.
I think he's first in the history of the NBA already of games of 25 plus points, 10 plus assists, and no free throw attempts. This guy, like, NBA, you want to market somebody, you want to show you're losing viewership, you're losing fans. I'm a big NBA fan. I watch every game. But it is a fact that you are losing viewership and you are losing fans, and it's because you prop guys up like Luka Doncic and Trae Young and not guys like Cade Cunningham. He deserves the calls. He deserves the spotlight. This guy is going to get you fans back that you lost the way he plays the game.
To be fair, they're kind of propping him up this year.
They are now. Took him long enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
which, to be fair, it's his best year, too.
Yeah, and they are winning.
Yeah.
But, I mean, like, he deserves a whistle.
Yeah, there's no way last year would have been a tough sell.
He deserves a whistle. That's what I mean by propping him up.
Yes.
Like, that's what the NBA can do, is give him a whistle. If he gets slapped on the arm, call the fucking foul. If he makes a nasty crossover to get to the lane, goes up for the bucket, and a dude bumps him out of bounds, call the foul. Like, I saw that multiple times. Baseline against somebody, Niang, that fucking scumbag, or a couple of those other guys.
A lot of his shit was wide open. They're making some tough shots, too.
Yeah.
I'm not, like you said, Nick, I'm not tripping off the defense because they're still, like, top 10 in defensive rating, which means, like, on a consistent basis, they're doing pretty damn well. But, yeah, Niang had a good game. He was open.
He's a bitch, dude. I hate that guy.
Who's the kid they drafted, too, number 1 overall? Reece Shea? He's open for a couple corners, too.
Yeah, he was knocking down a couple wide open.
Yeah.
He was 1.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said second. But I have one of the craziest stats in the world in 1 second here, fellas.
Here we go. Wait, that's not the wrong one. It's the Steve Smith one again. I was almost going to throw up that one. Give me 1 second here.
Chris, play it when we get back.
Okay.
All right, let's go to break. One of the craziest stats in the history of the world, per Nick, when we're coming back.
Don't tell us. I want it to be a surprise for me, too.
I do, too. But let me tell you about Les Stanford. We haven't seen this yet, so this is all on Nick. Les Stanford. It's the Les Stanford Sign and Drive Sale. Get a 2024 Envision for only $239 per month, or check out the 2025 Sierra Crew Cab Elevation for $249 per month. Don't forget about the 2025 Hummer EV SUV for $789 per month. 0 security deposit, 0 do-it signing, 0 first payment, 0 acquisition fee. Get to Les Stanford today and check out their massive inventory at the Sign and Drive Sale. Les Stanford Buick GMC, LesStanford.com.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at LesStanford.com today.
Big injuries, big news. Twice Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
That's a good decision.
Soroki's 7 different signature flavored wings. With Soroki's crispy chicken and pizza, hand-tossed pizza as well. But my favorite, the absolute best in the world, if you will, is the honey buttered biscuits, guys. I haven't had better in my life, gotta be honest with you. I'm a guy, every time I go out of town and go down south, I stop by a place I'm not gonna say because I'm saying it had to be right now, but a pretty reputable place that sells biscuits. Bowberry biscuits, I'll put you that way. But Soroki's honey butter biscuits top them because they're consistent with it every single time. Visit Sorokis.com to find one near you.
We should make a road trip to Buc-ee's and vlog it.
Never been to Buc-ee's.
Neither have I. I think there's one in Ohio, I think.
You been to Bojangles?
No. I've never been in the South.
Bojangles Bowberry biscuits they're up there with the honey butter biscuits.
I've never been to the South.
That stash says
My
otherwise.
whole family's from Alabama.
Yeah.
Damn.
Never been to Texas either. My godparents live in Texas.
Down south.
They used to live right next door to Dak Prescott.
Damn, they're rich.
Oh, yeah.
My
Aunt Barbara was super high up in GM.
Is that your mom's side?
My dad's.
Oh, you got it on
my
both
dad's
sides.
brother's wife. My Uncle Butch and Aunt Barbara.
I had Uncle Butch, rest in peace. Super Bowl Wilson, easy to write, about fouls in the NBA. We're about 15 years late, brother. No, I think it's the all-time worst right now. Gotta be honest with you.
Yeah, I've never been. I want to go to Texas.
That 5th foul or 4th foul, I think it was, on the SAR, where he was just trailing behind Trey. He just barely touched his fucking hip, and they blew the whistle on that.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
I was so happy when they overturned that call on him.
Oh, yeah. And it was clean.
Oh, it was clean.
He was literally just had his hands up
fucking
there.
elbowed Stu in the face.
Yeah.
Like,
and then he grabbed...
Yeah, grabbed
he's one of those
shoulders
guys.
up. He's a bitch, dude.
You might like him. You said it'd be hard to wake up and pretend to be a trade. No, because he plays for your team. That stuff's going your way.
Nope.
But if he's on us, I'd love it. But he's not.
He's a bitch, dude. He plays basketball like a bitch.
He takes advantage of the rules.
What we got this super duper super mega stat from Nick.
Go ahead, Nick. I'll let you cue it up.
All right, fellas. Cade Cunningham versus the Hawks. 38 points,
I would love a
7
catfish fry and
rebounds.
hash brown peas.
Cade Cunningham versus the Hawks. 38 points, 7 rebounds, 12 assists, 3 blocks, 7 of 10 from 3. The first player in NBA history to reach those numbers in a game. Absolute superstar.
Really?
Cade Cunningham. Now we're talking, boys. We
That is
got a
pretty crazy.
superstar in Detroit.
That is crazy.
Top 10 for sure.
Top 10 for sure.
So I saw somebody put in the chat, and Spinny, I know you said too, and maybe we could have a deeper conversation on it, but you said you would take Cade over Luka. I think it's crazy, but I guess I get like the argument that there's still a little bit of an upside. And he plays both sides of the ball.
Cade can go higher. I think Luka is what Luka is, and what he is a top 3 player in the NBA.
phenomenal.
You know, like but like Cade Cunningham still can grow, and like you said, he plays both sides of the ball. I meant like kind of personally too. It's way easier to root for a guy like Cade Cunningham than it is Luka. Same thing. Luka bitches and moans more than anybody in the league, dog. And what I saw him do I used to love Luka. Watching from afar, not really following Mavericks basketball, but catching the games when they were primetime. Luka Magic, the shit he is built for the lights at the brightest.
Yeah.
He makes all the crazy shots. That shit's awesome. What he did in the finals made me lose a lot of respect for him as a basketball player. It really did. And I just think Cade Cunningham is the easiest player to like in the league. He is a humble, ethical superstar, and he should be one of the most liked athletes in Detroit, period.
I don't know if this is like an internal conversation or if like we had this conversation, but like I know Goff gets a chance and he helped bring us the first playoff win in 30 years, but I truly feel like as a whole, like approval rating, I think Cade's number 1 in Detroit by far.
think so.
Maybe Raymond and Larkin are up there.
I think Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown probably got 100% approval percentage.
Sewell,
yeah.
Nobody's
Nobody
arguing
hates
Penei.
Penei
Well,
Sewell.
I'm just saying, like, yeah, Sewell. It'd be Sewell, Cade,
Amon-Ra.
Gibbs. I put in there too. Amon-Ra, but you got some people who could say like, oh, he's a slot, this slot. I don't think Cade has any of those type of excuses.
No, I mean,
we said there's pieces around him, the
Stick wanted him
system,
traded last
or anything
year.
like that.
All the-
Stick has some of the worst takes in this network in the history.
All the Jalen Green fans are punching
Oh,
air
dude,
right now. I could not stand the Jalen Green stands, dude.
I couldn't stand people trying to creep his name into that conversation when he was number 1. It was like, it was, what are we doing?
Yeah, nobody. I mean, you like go watch Cade Cunningham highlights from Oklahoma State. There was no. I remember watching like 2 games of him. I was like, yeah, he's the first pick in the draft. He was NBA moves, NBA shot making, NBA separation, like the NBA size. I was like, dude, this guy is going to be a fucking star. And look at that.
Yeah. One real quick thing too, because I want to get Nick, Chris's opinion on Luka versus Cade, and then I have another Cade thing I want to talk about as well. He embraced the city.
He embraces. He loves Detroit,
before
bro.
he was even drafted.
Yes.
I listen to Detroit music. Like we don't have to worry about this guy running away to L.A. We don't have to worry about this guy running to the mecca of basketball.
What he's went through already. That terrorist Monty Williams,
the worst it can get.
Having his backcourt mate be Killian Hayes, only up from there. And Neil said it on BDE. Obviously, Neil's been around him a lot more than any of us when he fills in for the Pistons. Nobody wants to win more than Cade. He said because he did that.
Remember, he bet JJ Redick before he's drafted. He's a guarantee. Whatever team I go to, we're making the playoffs. So obviously, it didn't happen. But that's his mentality.
He did that Philly game, and he said Cade was the most excited out of anybody on the team after they won that game, and he didn't even fucking play in it.
Yeah,
like the guy wants to win, and he's a cool ass dude. Like just a chill dude.
I think that's why part of the reason why Malik fucks with Detroit so much too.
Because Cade, for sure.
Because Malik's played with LeBron, he's played with Giannis.
Yeah,
like Malik's been around the league, and he seems for whatever reason to love it here.
He said
more
today
than anywhere else.
Detroit's his second home.
Shout out, Shimmy.
Shout out, shit, dude. Malik's a man. I can't wait for them to sign him.
Luka versus Cade, Chris.
Look, I hear everything you guys are saying. I love the fact that I have a superstar that is a legit superstar and not a fake Andre Drummond. We have a legit superstar that cares about this city, that works hard, that wants to win, does all the right things, great role model. I'm throwing all those ethics out the window if I could get Luka Doncic. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know his basketball is annoying at times, especially if it's not your team. But look at these Dallas fans. They are still protesting this team.
As they should.
As they should. But like that's the type of player he was. These fans are always going to be tied to their teams. This is their, some of these fans decades long. They came from Dirk Nowitzki. They looked at Luka as that guy, and they are still pissed at that organization. Usually, even a bad trade when a superstar trade away after some time, like the New Orleans fans after AD was traded. Okay, yeah, it was time. Like they move on. These Dallas fans are not moving on. Luka, I know what he did last year in the finals was despicable, but this guy,
he lost them in the finals.
Especially, I think they were just going to lose all pure talent, to be honest. But
they could have won.
But I'm not saying he doesn't have blame in the finals. He absolutely does, and he absolutely has the majority of it. But I'm saying that this team, Luka, dude, that's just too special, man. That's a special guy. And so I love Cade, and I love the potential of Cade, and I think Cade could be in conversations with Luka. But I'm taking the person that's there right now versus the guy that can be in those conversations. No disrespect. I hate even saying this because I have never been more grateful for an athlete in my life than Cade Cunningham. But it's Luka, man. I'm sorry.
No, and that's fair because when that conversation came up on the JJ Redick podcast, it was because Luka was Cade's pro comp.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, Luka made the playoffs his rookie season, and it wasn't like a decorated Dallas team around him. And that's why that Cade was like, I bet you I make the playoffs. And I was like, yeah, Cade could do it. And I was wrong, obviously. And Cade was wrong as well. But, like, Luka did that.
There's injuries, though.
Luka wins, Luka wins games. He's just that special.
Now,
Cade, that's another level I feel like to reach next year. I think we see, like, the ultimate level of him next year. And obviously you start to build around him a little bit more, too. I think Duran's building himself around him more, too. But Cade can get there. but right now it's Luka.
In their age 23 seasons, Luka averaged 10.5 free throw attempts per game. That's one thing that just stands out. They've changed the rules, so these numbers are lifted. He had 32.5 points per game, 8.5 rebounds, 8 assists. Cade's currently putting up like 26 points, 9.5 assists, 6.3 rebounds, but that's on 4.9 free throw attempts per game. He was basically getting over double the free throw attempts per game Luka was. I am not far off with Spenny here.
No.
And it comes to the defense and the leadership. I think the qualities go beyond what just the skill set might be on the court. I think Luka's whistle was a lot of those extra points that you're seeing when it comes to those MVPs. You need those extra, like, easy buckets at the stripe. That's what he was getting.
If you gave Cade Cunningham, Luka, or SGA's whistle, he would win the MVP this year. Like this year, he would win MVP if he was getting 10 free throw attempts a game. That's an extra 8 points a night. Like the guy is the best point guard in the league. It's what he does is insane.
Yeah, I'm going Luka for now.
But
good.
Thank you, because I'll get killed in the chat. But I'm like, dude,
no.
I
mean, you know, listen,
right
this is a Detroit fan base.
Yeah,
we know how it's
know.
going to side every single time. It's going to be the Detroit player.
And I want to just one more time again say this is my favorite Detroit athlete. So I hate having this take, and I hope that I'm wrong, because if it works out, if I'm wrong, then that is a amazing thing for Detroit.
Yeah, people can say you have to hide Luka on D or he's a traffic cone all you want. He wins games, and that's what matters at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
But Cade entering the atmosphere, finds competent players around him. One other thing I want to get to, I know we're a little bit over it. Maybe come back and talk about it. If we just get it over with right now. We're not calling him the fucking Paradox.
I don't like it either.
That is not a cool nickname. I'm sorry. Like I think it's cool anytime a guy gets a nickname. But I feel like Cade's. I like Deuce.
I like Deuce too.
I like C2.
I like Deuce more than the Paradox.
Yeah, I feel like
who calls any of these?
Huh?
Who calls anyone?
Oh,
what?
the 12-year-olds on Twitter are trying to make it
Sounds
happen.
like a weak-ass Batman villain.
They're trying to make
it's just too complicated. Dude, like, no one fucking knows what a paradox in itself is. A paradox. It's fucking. You get yourself in a little bit of a rabbit hole. You try digging into that one, but like
the Paradox.
Deuce is a good nickname. And for me, I think some of the best athletes are known just by that one name. Tiger,
Bron.
You know immediately. Bron. You know immediately who it is. Kobe, Jordan,
yeah,
Cade.
Deuce,
Brady,
just one name.
I think it's just Cade.
Cade.
Everyone knows Cade.
Yeah, that's just me. Paradox fucking lame.
I don't like it either.
I
Not
like
a fan
Cade.
of Paradox.
I think I like
Motorcade.
That's kind of.
I don't hate Motorcade.
Motorcade's kind of cringy, but
kind of corny.
Yeah,
a little too long. You know.
How do we think about the motorcade?
The motorcade.
Damn, they're getting the hashtag Chris hates Cade in the Woodward Sports chat going.
I mean,
make sure you guys tune in after the Woodward Heavyweights ends, 7:00 on the Woodward YouTube. We're debuting the vlog from Monster Jam, so make sure you guys check out. Ryan Lentz cooked it up today. It's pretty sweet. I got the behind the scenes experience, so it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun to make, a lot of fun to watch. Make sure you guys check that out. Smash the like button on that. It's going live right after the heavyweights at 7:00 on the Woodward YouTube. So.
Cade Icewood isn't bad.
Cade Icewood isn't bad.
It's really only a
Cade
Detroit
Icewood
thing.
is
Everybody
fire.
else would understand that one.
Yeah.
And it's long. It's Deuce.
Let's go to break. Tell us about Feldman, Nick.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive's been driven to provide a fast, convenient, first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you. And catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Journal, welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Easy, joined by Spinmore Rex and Chris, Nicholas, Cole off. Smash that like button and be a friend, tell a friend. To be honest with you guys, it is off season for football. Please smash that like button. Get people to the show. Get them here watching us, please. It means the world to us.
Monster Jam vlog coming up at 7 o'clock.
Monster Jam.
Check it out. Smash the like button. Tell your friends.
All right, there's a couple places we could take this one. Obviously, you know, my guy Spinny could talk his shit because Michigan State went to Ann Arbor and took the Big Ten for now. We also have Matthew Stafford possibly on the move. And there's some Tigers talk. Chat, where are we taking this one? Or you guys, where are we taking this one?
I would like to talk about Michigan State, personally.
I would like to hear Spencer talk about Michigan State.
Michigan State, Spinny, I will give you the floor.
I mean, that was just an Izzo win. It was just an Izzo win. You went out there and you took care of business. Michigan State is the deepest team in the Big Ten, and it's not even close. Teams with 10-plus players playing 10-plus minutes in a single game in the Big Ten. Michigan State is #1. They have 14 games this year where 10-plus players have played 10-plus minutes. Second place is Maryland with 4. They are by far the deepest team in the Big Ten. They've got talent up and down the lineup. They've got the rotation of bigs to throw at those guys. Even though Golden was having a good game, he went out there and he took care of business. Danny Wolf is also a freak. Michigan State has guys that they can keep throwing at you. So you have to play your big guys so long and so many hard minutes against these guys that they're just rotating in and out. And then you have my guy Trey Holloman do what he already did once in this season, and that's hit 3 3-pointers in a row. That's the second time this year that he's done that. Trey Holloman, I said it on Friday before the game. If Michigan State wants to win, a guard not named Jace Richardson is going to have to step up. Jace Richardson did what he does. He went out there and he's the best player on this team. He went out there, took care of business, big-time shot making, NBA moves to get and finish around the rim, step back 3-pointers. This guy, Jace Richardson, is special. He is a special talent. He is one of the best freshmen Izzo has ever recruited. And now you're seeing guys like Trey Holloman step up when you need him the most. Jeremy Fears banking in a 3 in a big moment. These guys were playing lights out. It was great to watch Sparty go out there and take care of business. Tom Izzo obviously has had his way with Michigan for the majority of his career. This was a huge win. Huge win. Needed it right off the back. 2 biggest wins of the season in a row. Purdue, Michigan, boom, boom. Got to take care of Breslin Court. Protect your home when Michigan comes in there pretty soon here. But just a great win for Michigan State. Like I said, Jace Richardson, a freak. Jackson Kohler doing what he does, getting rebounds out there. Cohen Carr also being the best athlete in the country, going over the Twin Towers to get rebounds, to keep possessions alive. And then in the most Tom Izzo way possible, how they sealed that game with 4 offensive rebounds on the same possession to keep it alive and just drain like 2 minutes off the clock. It was awesome, man. It was so fun.
Nick, did anyone tell those transfer portal kids that this was a rivalry game? I mean,
what the
you
fuck
got
did
Golden
I say on Friday, dude? What did I say?
Proposing to his girl after the goddamn game.
What did I say on Friday?
I don't remember. You were talking shit. You wanted to make a bet with my man's over here.
Yeah.
I said the one thing that concerns me is that Dusty May is a new head coach, that he brought in transfers. The only player that got minutes in this game is Will Shetter that was here, that was committed to Michigan. That was the only guy that committed to Michigan out of high school. You talk about the transfer portal. This is what concerned me. It's the same thing with Jonathan Smith in football the year prior, why I thought Michigan had the advantage because Sharon Moore has been in the Michigan program. That's why I thought they had the advantage in that game. That's what concerned me going into this basketball game. yes, the Vlad Golden thing does piss me off. It proves to everybody you don't give a shit about this rivalry. There's no way Dusty May should have allowed this to happen.
That
to
was
be
crazy.
honest, Vlad, good for you. 24-year-old finding love, Russian dude. I don't know. Vlad Golden. Don't do that after a rivalry game.
Carson Cooper should have
After you
proposed.
lose a rivalry
Carson
game.
Cooper should have proposed to Vlad Golden's girl for him. He was out there putting his nuts in his mouth.
Vlad Golden had a good game still
He
offensively.
did. He balled.
But yeah, the thing I called out, it's
Carson Cooper 8 boards in that
and
motherfucker.
the only starter that was on this team last year was Nimari Burnett, who also had a pretty solid game. But yeah, that's what concerned me the most. That's why college sports is at a weird place right now. It's because these rivalry games, when you bring in all of these transfers, one team might get smacked in the damn mouth. And on that night, on Friday, it was Michigan. Ohio State and Tom Izzo in that locker room going into the second half turned up the notch. 41-24 in the second half. Tom Izzo literally just probably ripped them a new one in that locker room. Said, you ain't losing this goddamn game. First time head coach. All these transfers. And he went out and showed it.
We see those punk-ass white boys.
It's also a factor of that. A factor of Michigan falling apart in the second half is the depth of Michigan State and the speed in which they play. Tom Izzo teams always, every single day, are getting back down the court fast in offensive. They get buckets off of a make. They will get the ball and get down the court and have odd-man breaks off of makes. That is what Tom Izzo preaches. He loves to have fast attacking teams. And when you have a team that goes 10, 11 guys deep, you can do that all game. And when Michigan's best two players are two big 7-footers, it's going to tire them out running because they play a fast game too. So they have to run offensively and defensively, having those guys running while you just keep putting in, boom, here comes Booker, here comes Cooper, here comes Kohler, here comes Carr. Those are the guys that they're having to run with up and down the floor. Zapala didn't even play that much of the game, and that's our 7-footer. Like they went out there and they ran Michigan out of the gym. They were too tired in the second half to keep up with Michigan State's intensity and speed. And that's what, when you have a deep team like Michigan State does, you can keep sending in quality players, quality defenders, and guys that are going to go out there and push the pace. And Michigan, unfortunately, was too top-heavy. Well, not unfortunately, fuck them. But they were too top-heavy to keep up with Michigan State's depth and the intensity the way they played the game.
The second half of the game, not losing those offensive boards, or I'm sorry, them grabbing the offensive boards.
Fresh legs, man.
Insane.
Fresh legs. That's what it is.
That's been one of our Achilles heel all season long, along with the turnovers. I thought a key point second half was before the game got out of hand. It probably doesn't make a difference in the game. Actually, I'm just gonna say it doesn't. But there were two back-to-back and ones that Michigan had. They called both of them on the floor. I was fucking, you know me, I was throwing a goddamn fit. I was inside the bar. I was like, what are we doing here? Michigan had 2 and 1s, called both of the fouls on the floor. I was pissed off.
Yeah.
I thought those were
I do remember what you're
bullshit
talking
calls.
about. I didn't know there's 2 of them. I remember the one.
No, I thought it could have been a little bit momentum that they needed.
Michigan State shooting 41% from 3.
Yeah,
kind of crazy too.
Spencer, if this team's shooting like that, is anybody beating them?
They can beat anybody in the country if they shoot
Michigan
like that.
started making a little bit around the Jeremy Fears hit that one.
Jeremy Fears hit one. Like I
Bank
said,
was open.
Trey Holloman hit 3 in a row. That's the second time he's done that this year. Back-to-back possessions. Trey Holloman hits the threes. I'm loving this run that Michigan State is on because I'm seeing Izzo realize, like, okay, Jace Richardson is the best player on this team, and it's not really close.
By far.
So we're going to give him, you're our alpha, you go out there. Izzo realize, okay, Cohen Carr is the best athlete in the country. We need to have him on the court more.
Yeah.
Because he is just game breaking. So yeah, dude, the guys he's
dirty.
Literally, I've seen it in person, dog. I've seen Cohen Carr dunk in person, and I've seen Miles Bridges dunk in person. Cohen Carr is getting up way more than Miles Bridges. Even Jace Richardson said he's getting up more. He's the best dunker in the history of Michigan State, better than his dad, who's won slam dunk contest. You put Cohen Carr against Mac McClung in the slam dunk contest, Mac's walking out there sad. I promise you that.
I just want to say this too real quick. Nothing to do with Michigan State. For 2 days straight, I thought about those Jalen Duren dunks.
Yes.
We were literally at Monster Jam. I was staring off into space, just thinking about like
those were insane.
No way he got those off.
Those were insane.
The one was literally a straight fucking poster. The other one on two human beings. The one from Cade though was even sicker because he was just kind of like, oh fuck, throws it up. Duren, oh my god.
I love that the broadcast was like, that was a bad pass. That was a bad pass.
That was nuts.
What we have, why we are going to be such a problem for teams in March is because all 4 of our guards defend at such a high level. Trey Holloman, Jeremy Fears, Chase Richardson, and Jaden Akins, they are dogs defensively, and they piss people off.
The classic college offensive board, too, where your guard gets up there and just fucking pokes the ball out, and then somebody's catching at half court.
Jackson Kohler is one of the best offensive rebounders in the nation. Like, that's what he does. He gets in there, he gets good position on people, and he gets offensive rebounds. It was a great win, man.
Yeah, for State, for sure. I thought a big point as well in this game, you talk about Cohen Carr and his dunks. Vlad Golding missing the freaking alley-oop.
Yeah, that was
dirty. They come down and they hit it.
Yep.
It's a 4-point swing. You can't miss it. Point blank at the rim. Cohen Carr comes down. Momentum, State. Like, these are the little plays in the rivalry that make such a big difference. And I just want to say that I know I went on a freaking rant there, but I still believe in this Michigan team. I think they're extremely tough to match up with in March when it comes to the tournament. I think they still make a Sweet 16, and depending on them in this Nebraska game tonight, like if this spirals, maybe that changes. But if they beat Nebraska, I think they get right back on track, and they could still go into
Nebraska.
They could still go into State. Spreads like 1.5, closer than you would think.
Yeah,
but
I mean Nebraska's a good team, but they should be able to beat Nebraska.
What do you think about going to Maryland?
Maryland's tough. Maryland's tough. I mean, I'd rather.
Are you concerned? After
I'm not
all the
scared.
hype?
I'm not. Like you just beat Purdue and Michigan. I'm not scared of anybody in the Big Ten. We're the best team in the Big Ten. They should be scared that we're coming into their house. So yeah, I'm excited, man. If they can go Purdue, Michigan, Maryland, all dubs, that is huge. That is huge.
Yeah.
So yeah, if they're like you said, if they shoot 40+% from 3, they can beat. Fuck Maryland, they could beat Florida. If they shoot 40% from team, they could beat Auburn. Like they could beat any team in the country if they're shooting the ball like that. But they haven't been able to do that. Even though that's the craziest. Like these guys aren't bad shooters. They're just having terrible years. Like Fiddler, Booker, and Akins are all shooting like 15% lower than they did last year. So
Mavs at Lakers tomorrow.
Yeah.
Banger.
10 o'clock, I think.
80 back.
No,
I think
80's done for the year.
I'm playing, dude.
What a shit trade. Chat, let us know when we get back. Would you guys like to talk to Matthew Stafford trade? We also got Tiger stuff on the market as well. Tell us about Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness, the home of the judgment-free zone, where anybody can get a full body workout in 30 minutes. All memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $15 a month. Or upgrade to the Black Card and get used to amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports. Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Jars, cannabis, guys, they're all over Metro Detroit. Make sure you visit shopjars.com to find one near you. They got top shelf quality, unmatched variety, and price for the people. Make sure you check out the Darren McCarty brand at shopjars.com. What up, though? Welcome back to Heavyweights Live on WoodSports.com. I'm Easy, joined by some more reaction. Chris, Nicholas Koloff. Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. Stafford stuff. Picking up heat in the chat.
Stafford stuffer.
If you guys don't know what's going on, the Rams have permitted Matthew Stafford's agent, Jimmy Sexton, to pursue a trade for him. It's not necessarily a trade to move on from him, but more so, I guess, testing his value because Matthew Stafford wants to be paid more.
He wants
to be paid $50 million a year.
I don't give
Upwards
a
of that. I don't know. Can you pull up his contract now to see what he's on?
It's probably pretty close.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, I think he took a break.
Is he a little bit of a pay cut?
I think to get
I
that
mean,
ring.
he's still like, isn't he like one of the highest paid NFL players ever?
Yeah,
I think he
ever.
is.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Can we call Matthew Stafford greedy at this point?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, yeah, I think so.
Absolutely.
I think so. Either that, or he just sees the sunset and he's trying. But you made so much bread.
Made so much money.
You did
got
the
the Super
AT&T
Bowl.
commercial.
He does not
Pretty
want
sure
to
you did
win.
a little Caesars commercial.
That tells me Matthew Stafford does not want to win. He doesn't care about winning anymore. I mean, he got a Super Bowl, so
Yeah, he did get a Super Bowl.
good for him. But if he actually wanted to win, he would say, I'll take $20 million a year to go to the best situation possible and let them load it with free agents, and we can go get a shot at Super Bowl. But he knows he's only got a couple years left, so he's trying to get a payday. Can't be mad at him, but, I mean,
they were a couple fumbles away from beating the Philadelphia Eagles.
For sure.
In Philly.
Yeah.
And then he would have been at home against the Washington Commanders, which means he probably would have been in the Super Bowl.
Probably would have been in the Super Bowl.
At the time, it was a 4-year. My bad.
No, you're good.
4-year, $160 million deal. Average salary, $40 mil.
So, yeah, not really a pay cut. I mean, kind of.
I mean,
How
10
much
mil.
a year?
10 mil a year. He's
About
looking for
about
$10 million a year upgrade.
That's crazy.
I believe this has to do with nothing else than the Cooper Cup shit. They're trying to trade his buddy out. I
That's
think this
fair.
is him. This is his way of forcing out without being like, you know what, Rams, I'm requesting a trade. That's what I believe.
I don't hate that.
Or at least be like,
Take
yeah, you
your
make me
foil
play
hat
the fuck
there.
Or
out
we
without
can blame
Cooper
his
Kupp.
wife.
Also,
I
like
was
that.
debating
I
on
like
that.
that one, to be honest with you. I really do.
Can we go to New York now, Matt?
This is
Matthew?
That's shit.
You-
Him and Malik Neighbor.
why would
Who
you
is
take
the
a pay
backup
cut? You're still
quarterback of
great.
the Rams?
He is still good.
Jimmy G.
He's very good. It was Carson
man.
Wentz last year. Or no, it was Jimmy G. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I think we're onto something here.
So do you think he gets traded?
No.
Yes.
I don't think so either. You do?
I do.
What
Who are the
team's
su-
going
who
to
are your
trade for him?
suitors? I saw the Browns today, but then I immediately unfollowed that guy when I was like, how the fuck are the Browns going to
Not a
afford
chance.
a guy who wants more fucking money
Than
than
the
they had
one you-
Deshaun
yeah.
Watson on for like $69 million this
Yeah,
year?
When
Not a
there's
chance.
when there's
I
smoke,
immediately
there's
unfollowed that guy
fire.
and did the math. Like, get
When
the
there's
fuck out
smoke,
of here.
there's fire, and that's why I believe like all of these rumors coming around swirling. There's a long time for this guy to get traded, and I believe he will. I think he will end up ultimately
Who do you think he's gonna go
requesting
to?
out. I don't want to say who I think.
The Jets? The Bears?
There's
Oh,
a name
the
in
Vikings?
there. The V's. Yeah, I don't even want to say their name out loud on air. I think
I
he
would
could
love
go to
that.
the Vikings.
That would fucking suck.
I would love that.
I would not
love
like that, dude. We saw
Not
what they
at
did
all.
with
What do you
Darnold.
mean
They
you
were
love
good.
that?
Kirby.
Matthew Stafford and
Kirby.
fucking no,
Kirby
get the fuck out of here.
twice.
Kirby's going to own
Not
him.
trying to see Matthew Stafford and Justin Jefferson
Kirby's going to own him.
and fucking what's his name underneath too.
I think he does.
JJ?
No,
Oh, Addison.
Addison.
Yeah, back
The
with
Vikings
How
aren't
we
gonna get
forgot about
Stafford.
him.
No, I think
They would
they're
just
like,
sign Darnold.
what they
Stafford
could
better
trade
than Darnold,
JJ
but-
for a shot at like 2 years at the ship or the bowl.
I don't know. If you
No, I don't
they're
think they do that.
building their team. They overachieved
Well,
last year.
Kevin
Instead of-
O'Connell was his OC when they won the Super Bowl.
Kevin O'Connell just signed an extension. I don't know. There's no way they trade JJ for Matt Stafford.
No, I don't think they trade JJ, but they can still trade for Stafford. Like
Should the Lions trade for Matt? No. I'm just-
two for it.
yeah.
Green.
Somebody said Green Bay. I could see. No, it's
Not
Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Green
I
Bay
could see
just
the
paid-
Vikings. JJ is not taking a snap in the NFL.
I don't
You
think
saw
you're
what
crazy.
you did with Darnold.
I don't think you trade JJ in the process. Though. I think you hang on to JJ. I don't think he.
What if it's 2 first-rounders or JJ McCarthy?
Is Stafford still going for 2 first-rounders right now?
No.
Probably not if he wants that
Maybe if you're
contract
desperate enough.
extension.
Yeah, not if you have to sign him
Yeah.
that $50 million
But if he's
a year
on that
contract
40
extension.
year for 2,
Raiders.
I think it's going to be a team like that. It's going to be the Raiders or the Jets or the Giants or
The Jets would make the most sense.
I could see Pittsburgh.
No, they don't ever want a good quarterback.
That's true.
Yeah.
Dude, Pittsburgh, I would.
That'd be kind of sick.
They're allergic to good quarterbacks.
Just throwing it up to Pickens.
What do you think he gets traded for? Like a second rounder? And
Yeah, well, I'm
first?
up at the
First?
right time. Dude, Pickens is literally an NFL young boy.
Do you think Matthew Stafford goes for
time.
a first and some or just a first?
A first and some.
He's still fucking.
Not two firsts, but a first and some change.
That guy North trade Goff back to the Rams.
That would be wild.
Brad Holmes has the opportunity to do the craziest shit ever.
Yeah, the Lions win the Super Bowl.
We win the
Stafford.
fucking Super Bowl. That'd be crazy.
They give Goff back to the Rams.
Oh man, he's got no trade clause, so we're cooked in that scenario.
Yeah, they're not trading Jared Goff. Pittsburgh would make the most immediate sense because they need a quarterback.
Pittsburgh, Giants, Jets, Raiders. I initially I did a couple mock drafts like for just the first round. I did remember I showed you.
Saints
I
are
didn't take the
cap
Giants.
hell, though, aren't they?
I didn't have the Giants taking a quarterback because I thought they would end up with Stafford.
Not
you know,
real.
Kelly's fucking attention ass wants the big market.
Yeah, Dallas.
I don't think
Maybe
Saints
they
can afford him.
get rid of Dak.
No, I can't. This Dak got heavy cap hit too, don't he?
I'm trying to think who hasn't paid a quarterback yet. Is what I'm trying to think. San Francisco, maybe they don't pay Purdy, and they get Stafford, but they wouldn't trade him to San Francisco.
No, yeah, I was thinking Seattle too. Within the division, they won't do it.
They wouldn't do that.
I don't think he goes anywhere.
I don't
he
think
gets
so
traded. I
either.
think they're really just trying to find out.
I like
how much money to get for him.
I like
Unless you can
Nick's,
offer the Godfather
Nick's, I think that's him just being like, don't trade Cooper Kupp.
I just think if you're the Rams,
why? Where else would you want to be if you're Stafford? You're making $44 million to live in L.A., play for Sean McVay, have success still.
As I said, I don't think he's going anywhere. I think they're just trying to business out the contract.
Also, is the offseason. They need stuff to talk about. But this is via Covers, this Vikings blog. I don't read it daily, I swear.
That was not convincing at all.
Has the odds. It's Vikings plus 200, Giants plus 300, Raiders plus 400, Colts plus 500, Jets plus 700 if he does get moved.
Well, I mean, we were, the best odds to get Lamar Jackson.
It's SB Nation for those.
Maybe the Falcons. Maybe they realize they do need a quarterback. Would you give up Penix to go after Stafford?
No.
I don't think they're that
I'm not
close.
giving up any young quarterbacks. I'm just giving draft capital.
It's fair.
I mean, Nick, I don't hate your take on the Vikings. I just don't think JJ's in on the deal. I think you keep JJ, just offer a couple first-round picks or a first-round, a fourth or something.
Yeah, I would hate it, honestly. I already
that'd be horrible
love
for us.
playing him when he's on the Rams. Just so much emotion involved. At least it was during that playoff game. I had way less during the start of the season. But
honestly, the Niners would make the most sense, but they're not trading him in the division.
Yeah.
True. I mean, they have so much young and up-and-coming talent. I mean, if they did want to restart the quarterback clock, J.J. McCarthy would be the way to do it.
They're not going to.
That's possibly why they could do it.
The Vikings would not trade J.J. McCarthy for Stafford.
I don't think they would. But also, if you're the Rams, what are you doing? Unless you're just willing to go back in a rebuilding. What the fuck are you going to do? You trade Matthew Stafford.
And again, you were talent.
What about the Titans?
You were fumbles away from winning that goddamn game.
Trade Matthew Stafford to the Titans for Will Levis and that first-round pick.
If anybody can make Will Levis work,
it would be Sean McVay.
Sean McVay's in the running.
I mean, draft
he's in
a
the
quarterback. If you don't like Will Levis, you draft a quarterback, then trade Will Levis for a fucking 6-rounder or something.
Watch them take that first overall. And I'd tell him 2026.
Yeah.
I was gonna say though, if the Browns thing was real, if he goes to the Browns, you kiss Myles Garrett situation goodbye.
Panthers owner had no interest in patience. Bryce for Stafford.
I could see that happening.
That would piss me off so much because Sean McVay would make Bryce Young win a fucking MVP, dude.
Yeah.
Bryce Young looked really
shortest
good at
MVP ever
last year. I'm subscribed to the Bryce Young is going to be good.
Like good or like what's good?
Like if he gets out of Carolina, he could do something.
That's fair. I don't hate that. I can never like deny anybody of those takes after the Sam Darnold stuff.
Yeah. Like
if you see guys in different scenarios.
If he went, dude, if Bryce Young went to
Jimmy
fucking
G, another example of that too.
Yeah, if he went to San Francisco or LA, he could make some noise.
Oh, dude wore lifts to the combine. He's cooked.
He did wear Skechers shape-ups to the combine.
That was hilarious. Golf for Stafford it is. Pick up the phone, Brad.
Pick up the phone.
That'd be crazy.
That would never happen.
Easy trying to will it.
He's trying to convince himself that it's going to happen.
No. I mean, he's got no trade clause. I can't even entertain that.
If we trade Goff for Stafford and we trade for Myles Garrett, Super Bowl, baby.
Plug in the game mad and make it happen, boys.
Stafford to the Browns for Garrett and Watson.
That'd be
Sean
crazy.
McVay makes Deshaun Watson look like an MVP
That would be
candidate
nuts.
again.
Could he?
No,
he tore his ACL.
Watson's not getting traded in the.
Watson might never play football again. He tore his Achilles twice in a row.
And Stafford's not going to the Browns. They can't do that. They can't afford it.
Well, if they get rid of Watson, they can.
But they can't get rid of Watson.
Yeah,
He's never
even
going
that,
to the
'cause, yeah, it's
Browns.
like all
Myles Garrett
guaranteed.
is still alive to Detroit.
Yeah. By the way, never mind. We'll get into it.
The Browns
later.
need to draft a cornerback if they're ever going to get one.
They need to. Honest to God.
That's the only way that they can.
The guy up north, the easy
so
path.
screwed.
Golf for Stafford. I'm on board. Hey, don't put my name on that.
It's easy path.
They gonna believe you.
Let's go to break. We'll come back. We'll talk about something. Let me tell you about Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Use code word Woodward 1000 to get your first bet up to $1,000 risk free. That means you get it back in bonus bets if it doesn't hit. Scan the QR code above my head. Use code word Woodward 1000. Caesar Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
The funniest things is you guys smashing that like button.
Yeah.
But beyond that,
Chill, Bill,
I'm sorry to take it there, and we will talk
sports.
sports. But Tyler Creator, like jokingly, to promote an album, said he came out of the closet on an album called Flower Boy, just for promotion.
Yeah,
and it did, but that never went away. Like people, I
mean, he makes songs about banging dudes. So like,
did he?
Yeah, I'm fucking him, her, who, wherever, whatever.
Yeah. Oh man,
he talks about banging dudes.
So did Biggie. Biggie. Now we know about Diddy. Biggie said some wild shit. Biggie had some crazy bars.
Yeah.
You look so fine, I'd suck it. That's a wild bar.
That is a wild bar.
I've still never met a girl that fine.
Never met a girl that fine in my life. Gotta be honest with you.
Slit the wrist, a little cyst. After she sucked the dick, I stuck the cousin with the ice pick. Because he wanted me to from the back. But Smalls don't get down like that. So.
That means he was the catcher. Probably was.
Have you guys seen the interview? The movie with Franco?
Yeah.
Oh, when Eminem comes out.
Eminem comes out as gay.
That's so funny.
That shit
He's
is
like,
hilarious.
just pent up aggression.
Yeah, I told you.
Gay.
I told
Probably
everybody.
just because I'm gay.
Yeah,
I love Eminem.
That shit
No
is
other
fun.
rapper would be
movie.
willing to do that.
No.
Maybe outside Tyler.
Tyler does it.
Tyler,
in real life.
absolutely.
Tyler did it in real life.
Yeah, Tyler would make a career out of it.
Yeah, that was really funny. I mean, and just like the deadpan delivery. Eminem's funny in movies, dude. In Funny People, when he's about to fight
Adam Sandler.
No,
Or,
the guy from Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah.
Would you like to fuck me? That shit is so funny, dude.
Shout out to him. Yeah, I remember we was at the 49ers game for the NFC Championship, and people were taking pictures of him. He started flicking them off.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone was like, "Oh, what's up?" Like, he's actually
yeah,
saying,
they were
"Fuck
like
you."
honored to be flicked
yeah,
off
they're
by
like, "Oh my god, he's flicking us off!" What a legend. All right, speaking of legends, I got a question for you boys. I checked out the box score for yesterday's spring game for the Tigers for the second day in a row. No torque.
No torque. Can't even make the spring
Jay
training
in
roster.
action.
Bum.
Split with Colt Keith. Second game in a row. This is supposed to be the time you're supposed to be letting him try. At least. The Tigers giving up on Colt Keith? I mean, not Colt Keith. I apologize. Don't give up Colt Keith. He killed it yesterday. Are they giving up on Torkelson?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they gave up on him after they said, hey, go get your swing checked out. And he said, nah, I'm good. Like, yeah, they paid for millions of dollars in equipment for these guys to just not use them. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know. I don't think they've given up on Spencer Torkelson. I think we'll see him. But, yeah, I'm cool with giving up on him at this point.
I saw Torque had a rip in this first game, over 100 off the bat. Single.
What game did he play?
The first one.
Oh, that guy lied to us then.
Yeah.
The second one, I didn't see it because I watched some of the second one. But
he was in the second. I know for sure he was in the second one. But
he got a single in the first one. I don't know if he got the start. I could check the box score for you. But
was Lintz's friend's name Bob?
Can't remember, honestly.
Bob who?
He's a cool guy.
Yeah. Well, he's a fucking liar. Is what he is. Because Bob told us Torque didn't play in the first game.
Torque 2 at-bats, 1 hit.
1 strikeout?
Doesn't say.
I'm just kidding.
But
God damn it, Bob. Motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, he had a hit, but he didn't play in the second one. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Torque has to perform extremely well to make this team right now, and I think
He's gotta be hitting
they don't
over
want
400.
to. They don't want to give up on Torque. You don't put in a first number 1 overall draft pick, and you give them every opportunity you can to take the goddamn job. They're gonna do it with Torque, and they're gonna do it with Mize, but both of these guys need to capture that spot, or they will. Like, I think this is the last straw for both of them potentially.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, we can't wait very much longer for Torque to remember how to hit a fastball. Like, there's nothing you can do about that.
So why was he out? Was it to give Jahan a chance?
Yeah, they got to
Jahan
get
come
looks
back?
for other guys.
Yeah.
Everybody gets looks.
Colt Keith, this is his first year playing first. This is Jahan's first year playing first. Those guys need live reps as well in spring. If Torque wants that position, he's going to have to hit fucking 350 plus in spring training to even make the roster.
As like a DH at this point.
Yeah.
Because they already moved Colt over, which I did see a nice pick from Colt yesterday at first on a low throw.
Nice scoop.
It was good to see.
Who was at third?
Young.
Yeah, it was Jace Young. How you Lee was at second, getting more ABs. I do like what I've seen from Lee. He can see pitches pretty well.
Yeah,
They threw him off on a couple.
He sees the zone pretty well.
They threw him off on a couple curveballs. I think they know that he hunts fastballs early.
Yeah.
At least that's what I've seen out of 2 games. I like Lee a lot.
I do too. I
Yeah.
think he'll be a good player for you. Maybe not this year, or maybe later in the year. But Jace Young is who you need. That's who you need to step up at third. Like, you got obviously Vierling, Ibanez, McKinstry can even play third base for guys that you'd like to see. And Vierling, I know everybody loves what Matt Vierling did last year, and he's a good player, but you can't expect him to be an everyday guy for you. Like, that's
why not?
Because he's not. That's not who he is. He's a sub. You need him to be a sub and play in the right field, or play at third base, or play in different places when you need to move guys around, and that's what AJ Hinch likes to do.
You think he's good enough defensively or something? Or
He's not good enough defensively, and I don't think he's going to be as consistent offensively as he was last year.
I'm with you. He's better.
He's a super sub guy.
He's a super sub. He's better hitting than like Don Kelly.
Yeah.
But it's not like super, like, he can play every position. I don't think he's great at any position, but he can hit better than Don Kelly. I'll give him that. But we saw him in the playoffs when the situation rose up. Like, he kind of, he
kind of faded.
Yeah.
Faded out.
So me personally, I've never given a shit to pay attention to spring ball. To be honest with you, I've never really been in love with baseball.
Don't
like that.
worry, I'll be watching.
No, I appreciate you. How much are you able to actually take away from these?
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously,
we got a roster situation going on this one, so it's kind of cool.
It's more look and feel than it is stats and production in spring. Like, if guys look comfortable at the plate, if they're taking pitches well, if they're seeing the zone well, that's more important than them actually barreling up balls. Because, like, everybody can go out there and have an amazing spring and then do nothing in the regular season. Like, everybody's healthy, everybody's ready to go, everybody's been locked in all winter. So you hear the same things out of everybody. It's look and feel at guys in new positions like Colt Keith and Justin Henry Malloy at first. Do they look comfortable taking
whoever's at third?
Low hops? Whoever's at third,
Yeah.
do they look comfortable on a short hop? and how are their arms looking getting it over to first base. So for me, spring is more about look and feel than it is actual production.
For me, the big thing is how it does Jace Young, how does Colt Keith, how does Kerry Carpenter look against a lefty. That's big to me. I want to see them comfortable getting at bats against lefties, so when the season starts, hopefully these guys are actually getting opportunities to face lefties.
Yeah.
I think that's big. And Ibanez, man, I don't like when this dude hits against righties. He can't hit righties.
No, he can't.
He literally can't. He looks so uncomfortable up there.
Kerry can't hit lefties. He can't hit righties. You got one hitter out of both of those guys. That would be like an all-star
yeah.
if they could. If you could marry those two guys, it would be an all-star. But
I'm giving Kerry the opportunity to hit lefties this year. I think if he can
He's
somehow do that, he's like, God, that changes this whole dynamic of this team. But some news that I read earlier from Evan Petzel, Detroit Free Press, new pitching plan for Tuesday. Jackson Jobe will start against the Orioles in Sarasota with Kiter Montero and Brad Herter working as the relievers.
Like that.
Packed show tomorrow. Tuesday, spring training baseball down in Sarasota.
What time does it start?
Does not say.
Good.
But if it's on Valley or not
Good.
Valley, FanDuel
Well, I meant
Sports.
good for Jackson Jobe.
No, I know.
Not good. That we,
105 tomorrow.
105?
Are you guys getting that? By the way, if you guys haven't heard, for all you all out-of-staters, Prime is offering Tigers, Pistons, Red Wings for $20 a month. I've been doing okay with my sites.
Yeah.
If you will. Is that worth it, though? That's not that bad.
No,
$20
it's just as much as it costs on the FanDuel network or FanDuel
probably
app.
more reliable,
But
you
it's
think?
way more reliable on Prime.
Yeah.
It's a much better streaming. And
the FanDuel app is horrible.
If you already have Pap. If you already have I got Pap. If you already have Prime and you're paying for the FanDuel app, you might as well just cancel the FanDuel app and pay for it on Prime because it'll be a lot better.
Dude, Burn super chat.
Burn in the Woodward Sports chat says, at the Pistons game, I paid $45 and I could spit on the Clippers. That's hype.
That is very hype, actually.
I wouldn't advise that, but
I wouldn't either.
That's hype.
All right, get your mailbags in. We also got some BS to go over. But Feist, tell us about that merch.
Let me tell you about that merch. Head on over to woodwardsports.com, the best merch in the business. Hoodies, tees, hats, all that guaranteed to turn all used heads. Head on over to woodwardsports.com and get some brand new merch.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live, motorsports.com. Please make sure you guys smash that like button and be a friend and tell a friend, share the stream. Most importantly, the like button is really what we're looking for. Tomorrow, Big Lions Day, because both Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell will be at the podium from the Combine. They're going to get some information on the interviews as well, too, the guys they're talking to. I know Dave Burkett speculated, Shamar Stewart on there. A few other names, too. I have to pull back up.
Shamar Stewart.
I like Shamar Stewart a lot. Like, I did a mock draft today. I'm working on the graphics, but maybe we'll go over that tomorrow at some point. But I traded up for Shamar Stewart.
Mailbag, Danny G.
Huh?
Mailbag, Manny G. Dude.
Whoops.
Just total.
You do that all the time.
No, me. What I just said. I said mailbag Danny or Dalebag Manny G. Mailbag Danny G. Do you guys have any non-dairy creamer? No, don't. Sorry, man.
No, I don't.
Mailbag from Phil. Chris, who's your favorite old guy musician?
I just actually typed the answer. I mean, I don't know if this is cheating, but Marvin Gaye. I mean, just like I know. I don't know
Marvin
if you're looking
Gaye,
for somebody that's also like playing more instruments and
Trouble
stuff
in.
too. But Marvin Gaye.
Jim Croce. Absolute legend.
Who's that?
He's an artist.
No, like, what's he
What
saying?
song? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hear one of his songs.
Obviously, he's a fucking
Operator.
artist.
Operator. Can't help. He's like an old folky kind of guy.
Okay.
Okay.
Neil Young's a good one.
Great one when you're
Old
drunk.
man, look at my life. I'm a lot like you.
Way better than Neil
were.
Young.
That's a banger.
Have you guys heard
Al
about
Green.
Oh my bad.
Al Green is
Al
Green's a
Green's
good
my
one.
fucking go-to.
I would say
You know
the
Drake's-
Temptations. Does that count?
Yes, that
band,
counts,
yeah.
and they bang.
I love the Temptations.
I love Al Green.
Temptations got the best Christmas album.
Have you guys heard of Bad Bad Leroy Brown?
Bad Leroy Brown.
Yeah.
Baddest man in the whole damn
that's
town.
Jim Croce.
Okay.
Okay. Shout out.
Banger, dude.
Let's
Big
see.
Bad Leroy Brown.
That sounded like that.
Mailbag. Spencer and Easy is from Steve-O Baby. Spencer and Easy, you guys down to see the Wu-Tang Clan one final time? Are they
Yeah,
touring?
they just announced today their final tour. They're doing it as Wu-Tang, and it's with Run the Jewels.
This is gonna be their final tour until 2 years from now,
Yeah.
where they do their
Didn't
final
the Rolling
last
Stones go
tour.
on like 7 final tours?
Something,
Yeah.
dude.
They're still doing it?
Everyone loves doing that.
Hey,
I
man.
gotta get Russell
Hip-hop's
Brown to
getting
show.
old now. You're getting final tours.
That's true.
What? What is like the big Wu-Tang song? I don't know much.
Bring the
about it.
ruckus. Ain't
Yeah.
nothing to fuck with.
36 Chambers.
Yeah. Wu-Tang Clan ain't
Liquid
nothing to
Swords
fuck
or
with.
whatever. Isn't that their
Liquid Swords is by Ghostface Killah. That's a solo album.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
But they'll
album.
definitely be inner
They
working
got-
a lot of their
what's their-
soul
what's their
stuff.
first one though?
for
Is
sure.
it something like that?
36 End of the 36 Chambers.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was something else.
Tiger style.
Protect your neck, of course.
Bring the motherfucking ruckus. Bring the motherfucking ruckus. Let's see. Stephen David says, mailbag, wipe front to back or back to front. Don't lie either. Front to back.
What do you consider your
Yeah,
front?
front to back.
Like when you're
Your
in the
balls.
back. Balls to
Your balls are front.
yeah, front to back.
Front to
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. What are you doing wiping back to front?
Just getting poopy balls.
You just pushing
Yeah.
the shit to your
Shitty
balls.
It's like, all right, this is a good place to store it.
Yeah, just,
All right,
No
that's
one's
gross.
wiping
Let's
back
change this
to
one.
front.
just some shitty balls.
That guy up north, if you compare Shamar Stewart's and Nick Scorton's production, how can you like Stewart better? Because it's
Cash rules
production doesn't
everything
determine where you're
around
going to
me.
be at the
Cream.
NFL level. You got to watch the tape and see what guys do. I believe some of Nick Scorton's production was because of Shamar Stewart's pressure or double teams he's putting on. The one thing I do though, I hate is when Spencer sings while I'm talking. It's very distracting because I have ADD.
tossing and bossing. My style
But the
is
other thing
awesome.
too is there's like 3 guys on that Texas A&M defensive line. I believe there's another Shamar Stewart, and the Nick Scorton, and the fact that none of them have production consistently, kind of a head scratcher. And I'm trying to find someone to help me understand that one. But Shamar Stewart is my guy.
I'm causing more family blues than Richard Dawson. And the survey says you're dead.
Sound kayak, no white bidet.
Bidet's the way to
trying to
go.
talk the household into that one.
You should just buy it.
Yeah.
Dude, bidets are elite.
That's
It's
where
like,
at.
like I said, like
You got to think of the money you save on toilet paper too.
it's like
I guess the
it's like a
water bill.
Pokemon evolution. Like toilet paper's Charmander, wet wipes are Charmeleon, and bidets Charizard.
Yeah, I remember. I think we talked about it too. Is like I saw a meme. It's like if you fell in a pile of shit, would you just wipe the shit?
No,
or would you wash it off?
Yeah.
you wash it off.
It's absolute bidets are the way. The one thing I give French people credit for.
Mailbag, Kate or Isaiah. I was too young to watch Isaiah.
I'm gonna go Isaiah because
You gotta go Isaiah, but like for me, right
Isaiah's
now,
got 2 chips.
Yeah, you got to punch. You got to punch at least one home.
Cade wins some championships, then we can have that conversation. But right now, Cade Cunningham is the best Detroit Piston since
and I
Isaiah
don't-
Thomas. And
I
I,
don't
was
wanna-
chastised for that take.
you Grant Hill's still in that conversation.
No,
I don't want
I
to
just
hear
don't
that
think you know how good he
conversation
was.
too about Isaiah's stats versus Cade's stats because Isaiah was sacrificed greatly for the team. That
Yeah.
dude could have
No,
averaged
yeah,
39
Isaiah-
points a game if he
for
wanted.
sure.
He was electric.
If you shake more than twice, are you really playing with it?
yes. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Nah, I can just you do the 3er. Oh no,
No, it's 2.
it's twice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
twice.
It's a little ding-a-ling,
Yeah.
ching-a-ling.
Unless you got prostate issues. Some people in this office do. You know, I'll be taking shits and I
Yeah,
can
the
hear
old guy is
sounds like they're typing.
Yeah, they're pissing. It's like there's
I
targets
feel
on
bad,
that thing.
dude. I
They're
feel
just
bad.
going
That
one
would
by
suck.
one.
I don't wish that I'm my worst enemy.
It's gonna be us one day for sure.
Yeah, it is for sure. I think it's like 40 when that starts to hit.
I think Landon
So
Jackson.
Easy's probably typing. He's been typing for 10 years.
Oh no, I got a strong, steady
10?
stream, my brother.
Yeah.
I think Atlanta Jack's
Damn
a
girl,
little
you frying
overrated.
chicken back there? Just kidding. You make a lot of noise when you piss.
What's that from?
It's a meme. It's fucking Sonic with abs getting out of a shower, and it says it. It's a funny meme.
Did anyone see Sonic 3?
No. Heard it was good though.
They put it out
Never
for
seen the
free.
second one.
Heard it
They
was
put
good.
out for free.
Heard
I
they're
didn't
all
see
good.
the second one either, so I might just rush into 3.
They all do numbers.
Numbies.
Billy Huso traded. That's never mind. Disregard that.
Why
I
would
think
you
that
say
guy.
that?
I mean, he said it in the chat.
Ever had to pee in a sink at a concert or bar?
No.
Yes.
A what?
No, but I
sink.
threw up in a sink one time.
Pee in a
My
sink?
21st.
Yeah. What?
For sure. I've peed everywhere.
Billy Huso is confirmed. Bleacher Report open eyes. Billy Huso has been traded to the Anaheim Ducks for future considerations.
Wow.
Could one
Did
of
we
the
get
young
got?
guns get a call?
No, he wasn't here anyways. That's just, I mean,
Is it Costa's time?
they got
to
a
shine?
third-round pick of this year's draft.
Shut
Get the
the
fuck out of here.
What?
Stevie, why?
Stop it.
I swear to God.
We traded a third round with him, probably.
Oh, that was in 2022. Damn it. Never mind. Okay. Yeah, it hasn't been announced yet.
Have we actually traded him, though?
We have traded it. We have actually, this per Bleacher Report open eyes 3 minutes ago, Billy Huso has been traded to the Anaheim Ducks for future consideration. Yeah, nothing yet. It says future considerations. But this is a guy that he was a free agent after this year anyways, but 2 months of
You have some games.
a $5 million contract you don't have to have. Just a clear cap.
Open some things
But
up.
he's
What's
good.
Stevie up to?
Open some things up for
They
a trade.
They traded a third-round pick to get him is what was.
Who do you think the 2C
that's
is
what I
next
was
year?
looking at. The 2C?
Next year.
I think it's going to be Danielson.
Casper?
I think it's going to be Danielson.
You think they keep Casper?
I think
on the
Casper
wing?
stays on the first line with Larkin and Raymond.
What do you think?
I don't know, man. Stevie might be up to something.
Yeah, $5 million's a lot to clear.
Could be up to something.
Could be
I
up
heard
to something.
Tarasenko out there too.
He was in talks to try to get Cousins out of Buffalo.
But then the trade went down with Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And so Patterson's staying
Damn,
in that.
Winnipeg.
Cousins wasn't in that trade, so
Yeah.
they probably still don't want to trade him.
So now we'll see.
Now both of those 2Cs, or Patterson could have been maybe one.
Yeah.
Jacaro, thank God, means Costa is his main call-up if something happens.
Yep, that is true too.
That's very true.
Yeah, and next year it's going to be Talbot and Kosa as your 1-2 for goalies. Can't wait for that. But that'll do it for us today. Shout out to Stevie ending the show. Billy Huso getting traded.
Thank
Easy.
God.
For Nick, for Chris, I'm Spencer. Make sure you tap in the
Right
Woodward Sports vlog from Monster Jam coming out right now. So go check it out. Smash that like button on that. Appreciate you guys. Peace.